morning than that.
Hola, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to Monday Night Fire Shrike. Uh, and we're gonna start off here with a flashback scene with Vesa and Ashira, and this is gonna be like maybe right after like Ashira picks up the crew picked up Vesa. It's like weeks ago at this point, and it's you guys are kind of like talking and Vesa, you haven't seen Ashira in person in a couple of years, but you've seen some rather unflattering newsreels of her involved in all sorts of heinous violence, including shooting up the Hollow Vid wards and involved in firing it like several times with her like firing like magic off at like fucking various like officers of the law and various things and like her criminal rap sheet this is very much like she was always kind of like trying to get out from under her parents to some extent, but this is not exactly the person you necessarily knew because obviously she hadn't committed a bunch of crimes at that point, you know.
Right.
But so maybe this is the first time and you're coming into this seeing Ashira for the first time in forever, and there were some there's some pretty big questions that you might have going into this, and I kind of want to see what that discussion looked like, you know, this catching up. And Ashira, you're at this point you're well aware that she is a dangerous woman, you know,
Right.
that Ashira, you have no idea what Vase has been up to. So
Can I be drinking? Can I be drunk?
Drinking and
Sure.
partying.
Sure, you guys are sure. You guys, it makes sense that you guys might be drinking together, but it's just the two of you.
Okay.
So, what does this conversation look like, Vesa? Because I
Okay,
feel like
so
this
I'm
would be your ball.
yeah. So I'm pretty drunk. And I'm like, hey, I want to ask you some weird personal shit, but I don't want it to get weird.
It's fine, ask away.
Okay. Did you actually shoot up the Hall of It?
That's one of my favorite memories.
Why did you hold on, I'm just gonna take another drink.
I just do what I'm told.
Okay, but like why?
You weren't told to shoot at the Hollow Vid.
Get out of it!
You're not there.
I'm not there. I apologize.
The spirit of Zai peeks in through the window and says, "I didn't do it."
Don't say that shit.
No. But was it like for money? I mean, I don't even know if it matters.
Listen,
as long as your heart was in the right place.
It was fun. It was so fun.
There were real terrorists too.
Oh, okay. Well, were you like in danger? Were other people in danger? Was it just for fun?
I know it was not for fun, but it was fun.
Okay. Also, like a bunch of other stuff. Like what else? What else do I know? Like, do I know that she was dead?
You actually probably heard about that because the Hell Knights spent months crowing about that shit, showing off her body and shit.
Okay.
Like they were doing it out in the fucking.
Dragged me along like a goddamn freak show.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Like for months in the outer territories, these videos made it back to you. Like, but you have literally seen Ashira firing, you know, magic missiles in the middle of chaos at other people with guns and fucking in the middle of the Hollow Vid Award with explosions going off. You did see her get mad. You did see her like in a dress that was just smoking and in ruins, firing badass like at the Hollow Vid Awards. That was probably one of the big shots. Was her dress just kind of fucked up, firing magic missiles.
Yeah. Okay, so
trailing black smoke and shit.
Okay, so I'll be like, who designed your dress for the Holovids? Because it was banging all the way through.
You know what? I don't remember. But those motherfuckers. Where's my drink? those motherfuckers. That's not my drink.
No, that's my drink. That's my drink.
Those motherfuckers, they ripped my dress. killed him.
It was a mess, but you were still rocking that shit you were banging. So listen, other stuff.
So mad.
We had like a funeral for you. Your parents were mildly annoyed.
Bitch.
I oh,
I love that description. Your parents were mildly annoying.
I can't. Hold on. It was awful. I have never seen them show such emotion in so long.
Listen. Listen. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Okay. Okay, listen. So, this asshole, who used to be my captain, he's an asshole. I can't say his name right now, but you know who
He wasn't your boss, but yeah.
But he was my captain. I was worked on his ship.
He worked on the same ship as you, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was the captain.
No, he became a captain in the Hell Knights after.
I
But
forgot. Okay, anyway, back to drunkenness.
That's why. It's your job.
So this asshole was racist and prejudiced, and he was just a fucking jerk, and he used to fucking smack me around and talk shit on me, and I just had enough. I just had enough, and we got into a fight, and I died.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that I didn't die. I was in a bar thingy full of jelly or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And my clone, he killed my clone. I had a clone.
You had a I knew.
Did you know that? I know.
Well, I have heard you guys talking about and I was like, surely Shira had a clone.
I fucking did. And
because
you know what I heard that bitch did? Oh wait, was it me or was it that bitch? It was never mind. Now, you know what I did? This girl, this is totally unrelated. It's okay. It's okay. But this girl, I don't know why I was in a room with her. I don't remember, but she was pretending to be me. And I bitch slapped her right across the face.
Oh my god. How did you feel hitting yourself? Was it weird? I feel like it'd be weird.
It's really weird.
Seems weird. You have had such adventures. I'm so excited to go on these adventures.
Yes, you're gonna be here. It's fine.
It's gonna be so great. I need more drinking.
And maybe this is where we cut back to the current. And we see you guys standing across from each other on the fucking spaceport tarmac, and Qualu is standing there with his arms crossed, and he's like, "This match will be to the first blood, as it were, or until one person becomes injured enough that we actually need some medical attention. I need to see you, both of you, at your most efficient combat ability. Use every trick in the book to bring your opponent down, and we'll make a performance review this will be informative, and we'll make a performance review for the records to help us categorize how best to utilize each of your abilities." And he's kind of like, "Sure, you've seen this done. You've watched new crew members have to show them their stuff, but this is the first time you've been tapped to be like the fucking measuring stick, and it's your friend Vesa. And I want to get and Qualu probably puts his hand up in the air, and then drops it, and he's like, actually, Captain Zai, are you there? Are you there to watch this, or are you doing something?
Oh, definitely.
Else? Yeah, so maybe it's like Qualu.
I have popcorn.
Yeah, Qualu and Zai
and
are kind of there.
Oh, and Xander.
I want to watch my girlfriend kick some butt.
and like Qualu drops his hand for the fight to begin, and he's like, "Begin!" And he steps back out of the way. Both of you roll initiative.
Okay.
How this is gonna work mechanically is it's gonna be basically until somebody actually takes hit point damage. If
Okay.
you watch like all of the comic books and stuff, you read the like comics and stuff, like you'll see like the characters like really going at each other,
Oh fuck
and
me! I am still drunk.
they always seem to know
Okay.
when to quit. So let's
Okay.
let me grab the thing here.
12.07.
So I'm gonna apologize and pull out my sexy swagger hand cannon
Oh boy.
and be like, "Girl, you know I love you." And then
Wait a minute. Wait a
Okay.
minute. I have a
Okay.
new gun. What's it called?
Weaponized funk.
Weaponized. That's a new one? I thought that was an old
Oh
one.
no, you got your other one, the dragon pistol or whatever.
And that. Where the fuck is that?
Does
Should be
15
under
hit
your
you?
text.
Yeah, it should be under attacks.
Tax. Dragon
remember-
pistol. Okay.
And
It
remember,
says unleash the dragon.
nice. And remember, Vesa and Ashira, you both have more than just your weapons to fall back on. Ashira, you have spells, and Vesa, you have your envoy abilities. So
Yes, I have a plan.
There-
1 second.
bear in
Oh,
mind what
yeah.
you guys are gonna, because you guys have the ability to utilize your skills here.
I don't know how an envoy ability would help me. Envoy abilities only help other people around me.
There's
right?
not in the face.
Actually, I think
I don't think I
I
have that
think
one.
your get 'em ability actually probably. I think your get 'em ability gives you a bonus as well.
Okay, so
Um,
can
You
we
also
so
have
if
not in the face.
Are we ready? Because I got a plan.
I think I have that.
So
I don't have not in the face.
I have faith in both of you. Kick
Can
each
I
other's
go?
ass. No, you have to
Um,
wait on her.
No, I
Yeah.
went.
Oh, you went?
did you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
15.
rolled.
Does 15 hit your energy armor class?
Surely
Or
not.
Ashira? Or actually your
it shouldn't.
KAC? Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta find it.
I've got
Okay,
convincing.
no, it
It's near the
doesn't.
top.
What? It's
Okay.
26. No.
I've
All
got
right.
convincing liar. Can I be like, what's over there? You look,
I-
and then you
Hey.
I take advantage.
Do you
Can I-
have the feint ability or? See,
Like,
you have.
I was gonna do mirror
Go
and
for it.
then shooter.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Can I do both?
mirror. What kind of action is mirror for you? Is that a spell?
It is spell create.
Is it the 1d4 images of yourself? She's doing mirror image.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a standard action. So I believe that for you that you're not going to be able to shoot and do mirror image unless you're
No, I
unless
think
there's
it's,
some
yeah.
ability. Yeah, because if it's just a spell, then it's a standard action,
Damn it.
and
Okay.
you can only pick one per round.
How long do my doubles last?
1d4 rounds, I believe.
Are
I
they
don't know.
exactly like you?
Yeah, they're identical.
And they create what, a mischance?
Yeah.
Spell creates a number of illusionary doubles of you that inhabit your square. These doubles make it difficult for enemies to precisely locate and attack you. But if I do it on my turn and they're not there on her turn, then it's kind of no point.
No, I get you. So mirror image.
It lasts 1 minute per level.
So you shouldn't have to worry about that it running out.
Oh,
during
okay.
that. But what I need to know is mechanically what does that? Let's see. That's when you cast move action. So go ahead and roll 1d4 to find out how many figment images of yourself that you actually create.
Okay, can I re-roll?
No, that's not a direct damage spell.
Ah, damn it. But it's a 1!
I know. Sometimes that happens. there is now a exact duplicate of Ashira. Like she casts a spell, and maybe it does that dividing thing where it looks like she's divided into two people now.
Okay.
Exact copies.
So does this button on here does not work or what?
Which button?
This button. Oh,
It's not an attack
Yeah.
spell.
well then
That's
why is there a
Yeah.
button?
Because that's just how Roll20 puts in spell macros as a default.
I still rolled 34. I'm keeping that in my head.
You still want that 34.
I still want that
So-
roll.
Okay.
All right, fine. I'm done.
Okay, when one of your attacks, okay, whenever you are attacked and the attack of a target of a spell that requires an attack roll, a possibility that it hits one of your images instead. If the attack roll hits, roll randomly to see whether the selected target is real or a figment. If it's a figment, the figment is destroyed. If the attack misses by 5 or less, one of your figments is destroyed by a near miss. And if an attack misses you due to a mischance, this also destroys an image. Area spells and effects that don't require an attack roll you don't normally or destroy any of your figments.
I need English.
So basically, what this means is, if she shoots you, shoots you at you and hits, there is a chance that she hits your figment instead, and it's
Yeah.
destroyed. Also, if her attack roll misses by 5 or less, that will destroy your figment. But your figment will last for a while.
Okay.
It'll give you some leeway here. So
Okay.
we don't really necessarily need to worry about spells. Possibly
Okay.
area of effects if she throws like a grenade.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it my turn?
Yeah. So
Yes.
like you
Yay.
shoot
Okay.
and you miss, and Ashira goes, and you're like, okay, and it's
How
back to you.
close are they? How close are is Ashira and Ashira 2.0?
We're
Like-
running in circles.
Okay.
I'm going,
Shit.
yeah. I'm going to say that you're probably started at about 30 feet away. Qualu wanted to
Okay.
give the advantage that it wanted to would have set you guys at at that, because your movement rate, unless it's exceptional, probably puts you just within range. And Ashira had giving you, it kind of decreases the disadvantage Vesa would have coming into this fight, because Ashira's spells have a lot of range, and if she can get away from you and stay at range, she's got an advantage.
Okay. So I'm going to use Get 'em on myself.
Okay.
And
Alright.
I am going to spend a resolve point. So I get, it says +1 morale bonus to attack rolls. And then I spend a resolve. Oh no, it's just her. No, I'm not going to spend a resolve. So I just get the +1.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, that is so fucking cute. You're going to have to teach me how to do that. And then I'm going to throw this at you. But add 1 to it. Oh, it's still only a 15.
For grenades, it doesn't
Well,
necessarily
are you-
matter.
Wait.
Oh,
If
okay.
if you're just throwing at a square next to, in like a square intersection next to her, you only have to hit a 15.
Okay,
Yeah.
and just like her general direction, and the +1 would give me a 15 because I didn't add a 1 to that.
Okay, so
Right.
You took 6
So
damage.
you
like,
would have
"Oh,
had
sorry."
scratch.
so that's going to, let's see, 15. That would be, and it's a explode, 6 points of damage, 15 feet radius. Yeah. So
So it'll
That
shatter
would-
my clothes.
To burn
Yeah,
up your clothes.
She
Oh,
ruins your
Oh.
dress.
I'll be like, I'm so sorry. You can borrow something of mine when we're
I've
done.
killed people for so much less.
But you love me.
That's true.
don't
Can
require
we just
an
go back
attack.
to me acting drunk? That was fun.
That
Okay.
was fun.
So yeah,
We could be drunk and
Um,
fighting.
Oh, that's a
Ashira,
bad
it's-
idea.
Yeah.
Ashira, it's back to you.
Okay, kind of dragon pistol. I just push the button.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and fire. That's what you're gonna do.
Da, 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 da. Oh, what the shit?
What is that supposed to hit? EAC or KAC?
I can re-roll one of those.
No, it's not a spell. It's
It's an attack roll. You said earlier it had to be attack roll. I'm confused.
It has to be in it. It has
There
to
are
be in it.
attack
It has to be
rolls
damage
and there are
from-
spell attack
Oh.
rolls.
But I didn't
Yeah,
use spell. I used pistol.
Then
Exactly.
you don't get
It
to
has
use
to
your
be
reroll.
Okay, I
Your
didn't know.
hack. Yeah, your magic hack allows you to re-roll one of your rolls or a couple of your ones on a dice when you're using a direct damage spell. So, like if you were to
Bullet
fire
is not direct damage.
but it's not a spell.
Does that hit my KAC or EAC?
That's EAC.
Shit, I'm
Jeez.
24. So that
So-
hit me.
Yep, you get Ashira like runs it. Ashira like fires her dragon pistol at you, licking you for 28 points off of your stamina.
28 or 26?
Oh, 26. Sorry,
26.
Okay, because I was
that-
like,
that's my eyes. I looked at that too quickly, and I was like, I don't know, 26.
Okay.
And it's back to
you're
you,
gonna
Vesa.
win. Cool. You're still gonna win.
Um,
So
Not necessarily.
she's gonna win. It's fine. She can totally win.
Totally.
Totally. Let me poke around at what I have real fast.
What other spells do I have?
Oh, I have improved get 'em, which I didn't use. So I'm gonna use improved get 'em, which gives me a +2.
There you go.
Jesus. Yes. And can I do any other expertise talents or anything like that? No, I guess it wouldn't really make it.
And
Okay.
what feats do you have? Veil, threat, diversion. When you successfully use bluff to create a distraction, you can allow an ally to attempt stealth. Unfriendly fire, convince attacker to shoot their ally adjacent to you. I don't think that's necessary.
Can I use unfriendly fire and get her to shoot her mirror image?
You already destroyed it with your grenade.
Oh,
Yeah.
did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, damn. Okay. So
You are fast. I think you are faster than her because you have
He
the
said
flat.
fat. He called you fat.
I
I'm
said
fatter. I'm
faster.
fine with it. I like food. Don't judge me.
No,
Yeah.
not with an F, with a PH.
PH.
I love it.
Justin just shaking his head.
Ashira,
So you're using get 'em and you're gonna shoot it, Ashira. Then
Improved
is
get
that what you're
'em,
telling me?
and then I'm gonna be
Get 'em.
like, look, yeah, improved get 'em, and I'm gonna be like, look at this fucking amazing gun I have, and I'm gonna shoot her again with my sexy swagger hand cannon. With my it says add any other modifiers. Is that where I add the 2?
Yep.
Okay. Nothing. I did nothing to you.
Ah,
Nope.
You just
Okay.
survive.
I'm ready.
Missed. You missed again,
I'm
Ashira.
ready. I'm
I
ready.
need to
I'm
work
ready.
on this.
Ashira, if you hit this time with the dragon pistol, say that you use the bestow curse ability.
I was gonna corrosive haze her ass.
Okay, do that instead.
Ooh. Damn.
Did I just hit the button?
Yeah, you should be able to just hit that button.
Corrosive haze, and
Fuck.
and we're going to take a look at what corrosive haze does because I believe that's
Alright, well,
a
it's
saving
over
throw
there. It's a
base.
5-foot cloud.
Of acid-resistant nanites continually converts nearby water vapor into deadly acid. You can create a cloud in the same square as a creature and move it up to 30 feet in any direction as a move action on your turn. If the cloud enters damage, something. Apparently, I didn't finish that sentence.
So what you're going to need to do, Vesa, is
It deals
You're
48
gonna need-
damage.
but it's a reflex saving throw. So I need
Yeah.
you to make a reflex saving throw. And Ashira, what is your save DC for that spell?
Oh,
Or
I didn't write that part down.
plus third level, so 4 plus 11 plus whatever your modifier is for your number 1 stat.
I don't know.
Your
For intelligence. If you actually look to above where your spell's known is to up to that chart that's got like the breakdown, it'll actually look. You can actually look at each level of spell and see what the save DCs for each level of spell you
Save
have is.
DC. Okay. For it's a 4th level,
Okay.
so 19.
All right.
I rolled
So
a
Vesa, I
19.
need her.
She rolled an
Ooh,
exact
so
19.
you negate the damage. You manage.
Not.
So you say reflex
So I don't take
save
any-
negates. So you
Yeah,
take
So I
no
good
don't
job,
take
damage.
good job.
any damage?
No.
You don't take any damage. You
You
jumped
did
out of the
good.
way. You
Yeah.
saw her
Holy
Awesome.
casting
shit!
the spell. You see
Go
Ashira
ninja.
casting
Go
spell,
ninja.
and you see you see just the glint of silver silver and green around you start to like happen around you, and you jump the fuck out of there.
God, I'd be
You
like, you
gauge about
forget we
how
grew
far
up
that affects
together.
you. Yeah.
Captain's
Okay.
Eye actually puts down his popcorn at that point and picks up a data pad and types a couple times before setting it back down and picking back up his popcorn.
Okay, let's see what you
Okay.
got. Let's do
All
this.
right,
All right.
so improved get 'em +2 again. I'm gonna hit you with my Aphelion laser pistol because for some reason this sexy swagger cannon's not fucking working for me. Does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, drop the sexy swagger cannon and whip out your laser pistol. 25. Bam.
Yes.
I'm still in SP.
17.
So it's fine.
17 points of fire damage
And
there.
then it's boost 1d4. What's boost 1d4 do?
It
So
doesn't do
boost-
anything unless you get a crit, right?
Boost 1d4 is if you take an extra action, you can increase the damage, but you
I would
had
like
to
to
draw the
do-
weapon so that
Okay.
you wouldn't have been able to take the extra action. You can do
Glad
that
you
next
knew.
round.
Okay.
It's basically you're going to, I think it's you have to sacrifice a move action to boost the damage by 1d4.
Well, I didn't
So,
move, but I did do
well,
improved
you would have
get
had
'em.
to you would have had to have used a move action to draw the different pistol.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because the only way that worked is if you dropped the pistol you were holding and pulled your other one out
Okay.
and fired.
Gotcha. Yeah, I totally dropped
so-
it. I'll come back to it later.
Yeah. I was gonna
Dropped
say,
it like it's hot.
Yes. Yes.
all right, but that actually hit. And Ashira, she winged you this time. So
That's all.
what's your next plan? And she dodged out of the way of your spell.
Taste my blood, bitch.
Shoot her.
Ugh.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
There you go.
All right. Take it off. Okay, cool. Arcing Surge.
Wow.
Ooh, arcing surge. Bam. That's a big one. That's going to be a reflex save
10d6.
as well.
Yeah, it's a 120-foot line.
And it's a
So-
reflex save.
Yep.
Okay.
And what's the save DC there, Ashira?
For that one is 3rd level, so 18.
29, yo.
Oh, girl! I
So-
ain't even rolled it yet.
You take half damage. So she's going to roll damage and you'll take half of what she rolls.
Half of something 10.
Wait, that did not work. I was supposed to roll 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
Just
type
roll
Yeah,
that.
just-
10d6.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
roll it the other way.
You're just going to have to roll the other way.
That was stupid.
It happens.
D6. I was like, that's not 10d6.
We've never plugged in macros for the damage on your spells. So
Okay.
you take
Okay.
14 points.
Wait,
And
I get to re-roll.
15.
you know
What?
what? Oh yeah, no, yeah, she does get to re-roll a couple of those ones. She does. That's right,
Alright,
because
I
she has a
mean-
magic hack.
Okay.
How
Debug
many?
her spell.
1 or 2?
I believe it's 2 at your
I
level.
thought it was 1.
Well,
But
I
I
think
did
you're
gain a
higher
level.
level.
Oh no, we haven't done my level yet.
Well, sort of. You haven't picked your new magic hack and you haven't assigned your skills, but I raised it to where you at least get your bonus and your hit points.
So debug spell. Let's see. At 11th level, you roll up to two of your dice.
Okay, so 2.
And you're at least 11th level, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So you get to re-roll 2 of those.
Okay, so 2, not 22. Jesus Christ. D6? Yeah, 6.
Yep.
Yes, bitch.
So that instead of being a 28 is 5 points higher than that, it looks like. So
Yeah.
it's 32. So 32 divided by 2
16.
is 16, so that's 16 points.
Okay.
You go ahead and feel free to describe what this looks like. You don't have to leave the description to me. I mean, it's your characters. You get to make them look epic here, Ashira and Vesa.
Like a fucking hyper ass. I'm like, let's fight.
Hits
like-
me, and I'm just like, motherfucker.
Don't complain, dodgeball. Let's go.
We are, and
Fear
I
Factory
realized
starts playing in the background.
I like check my antennae, and I'm like, okay, they're okay. I'm fine.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's go. We're good. I'm ready.
Oh,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're finding out Ashira, you're finding out Vesa is kind of slippery.
I'm
Wow.
slick. I
Go,
can't
girl.
hit you for shit, but I
It's
can run
okay.
away really fast.
It's okay.
Okay.
Running away in
This
training
guy-
combat does not work. Ask Slef's corpse about
Oh,
how he
no.
feels about Ezzy.
Oh no. All right.
All
So
right, let me see what else. It's your turn.
improved get him again, so +2. And I'm just gonna hit
Okay.
you with my Aphelion laser pistol after my computer stops taking a shit on me. Just a second. And because it seems to be working out a little bit better. 25.
Okay.
Boom.
So I'm still in my SP. We're good.
Yep.
Uh,
Vesa, where are you standing?
I am. Oh, I didn't move. I'm in the same spot, so I get to
You're
roll
an
one.
idiot.
No, I meant as far as your stamina points went.
Oh, sorry. I'm 48. I'm at 48.
I think she's saying she
Yeah.
wants to do the
Okay,
not move
so,
so that she
alright.
can give the boost. To
Right,
get that
I want
extra
the boost.
D4.
Okay. No, I get you.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Your get 'em or improved get 'em is taking you a move action. Firing takes a standard action, and boost would mean you'd have to sacrifice your move action. So
Okay.
you can either do improved get 'em or you can boost the weapons damage.
Well, no,
So-
then I'll just because I don't think I'll hit her if I don't get him. So no, that's fine.
Okay. So, yeah. So you're you are super inspiring yourself, and you hit her for 13. Yeah.
You can do this. It's fine.
Yeah, Qualu is kind of watching here very interestedly here. He's keeping an eye on this. But that's Vesa. Ashira, she winged you again.
how much?
13.
That was 13.
What
so
was the first amount? I can't remember.
no, it was just the first time she got you was the 17, and then she got you for 13 this round.
Right.
So
What's
that's
20?
all the damage you've taken so far.
30?
Yes.
So I have
Where-
40 SP left. Okay.
Okay, awesome. All right, but it is back to you because Vesa just shot you again.
Explosive blast.
Yeah, and Vesa, maybe this is something you were concerned about because you did see her throw an explosive blast in the one combat the two of you were in
Mhm,
before she moved into the front lines.
mhm.
So that's going to be a reflex save,
Okay.
and it's going to be
14. She hit
Well,
me.
yeah. She got you this
Okay,
time.
so
She
now
rolled
roll 96 fire damage.
Mhm.
96. You win. You
She
fucking
can
win.
roll low. She can still roll low. Her
Oh,
debug
I
spell
get
makes
some
it kind of hard not
rerolls.
to.
I gotta
Yeah, she
reroll
does.
both of my ones.
Right?
2d6.
You didn't win yet.
Bitch, I
You're
did.
close.
So
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I got 6 more points left. You gotta hit me one more time.
So it's oh god, what is
30. So that's what 38.
It's like
38.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. What?
Yeah, because you take the 2 off of the 29. That
Yeah,
makes it
so it's
27.
27.
And
So I have 8 more
then you
points.
add the
My
11
bad.
instead. So you add the 11 to that. So 27 plus 11 is 38.
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That's cool. How
I
many
just like-
times can I pull a grenade out and also shoot my gun?
No.
No.
well,
Well, I mean, you can pull the grenade out. You're just not going to be able to throw it at this
Yeah, I want to
round.
like haymaker
be
that
able to-
shit. Just
No.
God. What else do I have in here? Let me look real.
La 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 la
Equipment.
la la.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh no, I
Uh-huh.
have 47 SP. But there we go.
Okay.
What class are you again?
She's an envoy.
But you're awesome.
I think tonight's proving I'm awesome.
Yes.
See, the difference
Nice
is
proving I'm
we
not
don't
great
give
in
you an ego
combat.
boost.
We'll go
If
get drunk
anything,
after
it
this.
shows
It's
that
fine.
you possess epicness, but also
You
a lack
do.
of ethics.
It's exactly.
So,
Okay.
as Vesa considers her next move.
Yes. So improved boost, improved get him one more time, because this will be the
Okay.
last time. She's gonna hit me next time, and that's fine. And I'm gonna shoot my pistol at her one more time,
Okay.
and I'm gonna miss her and
Yeah.
be disappointed. Wait, can I re-roll something? I can't. It's not a thing I can. I am tired. I have shot at you, and I am fucking tired. And I'm just like, listen.
Here, I have
Well,
a question. Why
you
couldn't I have
probably
fought like
also
this with core drum? This is bullshit.
I don't
And
know,
you are
man. Maybe
prob-
it's because we're friends.
And the funny part about it is Vesa's probably been doing most of the moving because she's been having to try to dodge out of like Ashira's spells.
I'm over here dusting the dust off my shoulder and shit.
Yeah, no. This bitch is tired. Like, she's just like, whatever.
So Ashira, it is back to you, and it looks
Okay.
like Vesa's kind of starting to get tired here.
Okay, hold on. Let me the fuck is that? Oh no, I don't need that. That's only 44. I need a winning spell.
I mean, it doesn't take much to knock me down.
I'm just gonna shoot her then. Where's my guns? Attacks.
Can I do a reflex save on being shot at?
No,
Okay.
You
unfortunately,
cannot
no.
matrix it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your
what is
dexterity
the
only figures into your armor class.
Okay.
damage? Let's do weaponized funk.
All right.
Know what the damage is on that.
Roll the button or push the button.
I did? Question mark? Hello? There we go.
There goes.
Yeah, you hit me. I'm done. I'm down.
Yeah, 16. And it's the
Oh.
weaponized funk says it was what, a swagger cannon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pull out your swagger cannon. Do you have any like cool
I have
last words as
Sniper
you
scope on the fuck? Holy shit.
do you have any cool last words before you like put the nail in the coffin on this fight?
Are we done here? Because I want to go get drunk.
And it's just bang. Yeah, this time Vesa, like, she catches you like on the attempt to dodge and weave, and it just sends you flying backwards. You land on the ground, and like maybe there's like a bruise where like under your chest plate, and like a little bit of like blood trickling from the side of your mouth. And Qualu like it stands,
What?
it jumps in, but kind of like calls it. He goes, "The fight is," he says, "this fight is called Winner Ashira." And he
Don't mind me. I'm just going to lick the blood off my mouth and go, oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like laying with my back on the ground, and I'm gonna wipe the blood off my face, and I'm gonna kind of like wipe it onto my clothes, and then I'm gonna pull out this cigarette case and pull out some rolled hyperleaf and light it and just lay on the fucking ground and smoke it.
I'm going to lay by her.
And then I'm gonna pass it to Ashira.
Yeah, and I'm going to hit it and I'm going to pass it back to her.
And then I'm gonna continue laying on the fucking
fucking vibes. Best friend fight where they kick the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and smoke after, bitches.
Qualu
Now
just
let's
kind
eat
of,
it.
yeah, Qualu just kind of like, he kind of looks at, like, he pulls up his data pad and he kind of like punches a few things in. And he looks over at Zai, kind of like, well, we have a little bit clear, like, he's like,
Hmm.
he did manage to stay out of the way longer than I would have expected.
Eh, well, at the very least, this should get Nerks off her back once she watches the footage.
Oh yeah.
Support. And he's like, I would recommend her position in a strike force to be more of a support oriented if assigned to a strike team for battle.
Well, I'm great with
And
support.
Ashira
guys.
he's like,
Healer.
he's kind of like, he's like, and Ashira proved that she can be the artillery that I knew she can be.
Yay!
And then and like and he probably comes over and he probably comes over and to the two of you, and he looks at you, Vasa, and he goes, "Not a bad first attempt. You did manage to land a couple of shots, and you did stay out of the way a little bit more handily than I would have initially expected." And he says, "You're probably still best in a support role, as near as I can tell, until we get you trained better." And he said, looks at you, Ashira, and says, "Congratulations, you have fought to the potential that you actually have. Bring that to the battlefield every time, and you will know much more victory."
I do. That's
And-
why I almost
he
die in
kind of,
every battle, bro.
he just kind
I'm just
You
gonna be
almost
like,
die in every battle because you forget that you're not the tank.
Leroy.
man,
Yes,
being
exactly.
tank is fun as fuck, though, you guys.
yeah.
Right?
And
Don't get me wrong. There's a reason we have the best medics in the world as well.
Xander,
So-
you actually get a you actually get a message on your comm, like, it's Kolnak. He's like requesting you to a meeting, an engineering meeting. Mm.
Okay. I got.
So
Good job.
maybe as the scene switches, we kind of follow Xander, like maybe like the shot pans out to where we're seeing sort of like the interactions with Zai and Qualu and Besa and Ashira from like farther back, closer to Xander's perspective, and we see him get the message and respond, and the camera turns and follows him as he goes back up onto the Blue Ember and walks down the halls back and forth to the engineering bay. And you walk into the room, and Kolnak is already there along with several other people, namely Serold, Twinkle, Slan, fucking. He's also got Kaleth in there as well, and he kind of was looking around. And Vector is also there. He's like, "Right then, now that I've got everybody here," and he says, I wanted to have a meeting to figure out to devise a game plan to keep the energies that Melanie is shooting off contained. Ashira and I worked up the calibrations for a good fix for a while, but I need some answers on what exactly is going on with this thing. I can't be telling the captain I just making shit up as I'm going along.
Well,
Cyril,
first off, it's not a thing. Let's start there.
Yeah, can I roll, like, mysticism to kind of get a better idea of what we're dealing with?
yes, and in fact, he probably defers to you. He's like, "Cyril, you seem to be the expert on temporal and dimensional energies. I'm a bit of a novice at that." The and I'll get to your what you know here in a second. He's like, "Xander, I wanted you here because, well, they tell me your investigation has a bit to do with his investigation, and I figure maybe you've picked up on a few things that we don't know about along the way. I'd have called her Shira too, but Qualu and them had plans for her and Vesa. Qualu and Captain Zai, so she's already helped. We'll catch her back up to speed later. He's like, and he looks at Slan and Twinkle. He's like, the two of you are experts at alien technology that we've never seen before. So, perhaps this kind of stuff, maybe you've seen something like it. And Cyril, I think this is your mysticism will tell you that she is very definitely the nexus at this point. Melanie is seeming for very powerful temporal and very powerful dimensional energies, but it's uncontrolled. She clearly has no control over it in and of herself. She has no and it's dangerous in the sense that you don't know. It's hard to propagate exactly when and where it could tear holes in reality. But it very certainly could have a very large number of implications. If it's not
Question.
contained, there is a very high probability of tears in the dimensional, or temporal fabric. But what the effects of those things could be really hard to say.
Question.
Yeah.
Do we still have the artifacts that Sleth found on the world that we picked Melanie up on? Sleth, were those something you would have taken with you to explode?
I don't remember any artifacts in particular. I mean, and if they may have been cultural artifacts.
Right, but they weren't from those guys. They were from whoever was on the planet before. That was why I asked.
Ah.
Because if Melanie came from that planet legitimately and just took humanoid form because that was what was around, maybe those are something that would help with this. Because I remember there was like 2 of them, and he paid for them when they got hair dye for Ashira.
And
that was when we found out that Melanie cut hair.
And Twinkle, I think you probably your xenoarchaeology from your xenoarchaeology check, everything that you can see and recall from the tech and like rumors and legends of tech that you were hoping to discover, something like this is clearly there's magic that allows for sort of like looking through the glass and whatnot, but it's all super ancient, it's all super mysterious, and nobody knows exactly if one culture built specific, if it was one or many culture that built like the artifacts and technology in question that might once have. You do remember hearing something about a study on Marixa itself, not just like Xander. Your research has led you to San Sorgas, which is contested territory in the Marixa Republic. But Twinkle, you specifically remember hearing something about like a study on alien technologies that seemed to mimic or seemed like they were designed for dimensional and temporal travel. It was one of those theories that the scientists in Marixa could never really prove or disprove. But but they had there was at least a couple of like things that were put into museums there, likely, or studied. So that there's some texts that have something to do with the like technology that seemed like it was built for that sort of thing.
Well, if you're looking for a long-term solution, my recommendation is to I relay what I know, places on Marixa and some of the technology there. It's all theory, I mean, it's not like too many people have had the chance to try and dispel a lot of this.
And if there's probably Cyril walks up to she's in the reactor still, isn't she?
Well, they've got you guys. Actually, you guys have managed to get her moved at this point to where she's in her room.
Okay,
but
so
there's a containment. There's a containment
field. Okay.
Yeah, that sort of goes through the bulkheads and whatnot. Her door can still be open, and you guys can try to go in, but she hasn't been conscious since the incident.
This is more just I wanted something that because he walks up to a panel of some sort and pushes some buttons, and we see the actual energy levels of what she's off-putting, and it essentially it's there are many things we could do.
Is that a big W or a little W? Because that means one of two power signatures. I'm not sure I like the big W part of this.
Wumbo.
Wumbology. It is known throughout the multiverse. Anyway,
that's like the difference between bits and bytes. It's a difference, I promise.
In this case, what we need is some method of dispersing this energy before it becomes too much. Condensing so much energy into a small space is like causing an earthquake. The more there is, the more potential there is for destruction. If we had something akin to a magical lightning rod or a way to disperse this energy into empty realities.
You're talking about finding some way to shunt and bleed the energy off then. Is there a... He's like, do you have any ideas how we might accomplish that? I mean, if you've got some ideas, I can build almost anything you want me to build. But I may need help with the...
Nothing springs to mind immediately, however. Twinkle's talk of ancient civilizations accomplishing similar methods of inter-universal travel and inter-time travel could be useful in this.
Look, it's all theory right now. We don't exactly know what the tech does. Believe you me, I would love nothing more than to spend the next 300 years looking it over and trying to figure out how it works. But that technology is there and is owned by some people who would rather keep a hold of it.
It is a good thing then that we are on a ship of pirates. Pirates have never had qualms of ownership.
Oh, is that what we are? Because I thought we were politicians.
You just get a shrug.
I think we're just a little bit of everything given the day. I mean, have you really spent a lot of time with the Commodore, with Captain Zai? I mean, it didn't exactly strike me as someone who had this kind of a long-term plan.
I honestly not sure he does.
Fuck you too, Kolnak.
He's like, I think he actually means it lovingly. He's like,
no, I realize that, but still.
It's a good thing, but I don't think he ever quite saw that this was where we were going to end up.
No, definitely not. If Captain Zai had his way, we'd still be drunk on fucking Absalon Station hanging out with King Kearney.
The strands of fate often move in ways that no man can predict. It is my belief that not even the gods can predict these movements.
Okay, thinking.
Sly wink.
Right. I definitely try to move in a way that will make the gods angry, so yeah.
Alright, Kolnak, you want to do some collaboration with me? Maybe we can get at least a blueprint on paper? Conceptual designs before we...
if we lacked ethics, we could turn her into a weapon.
He says, I'll work with you on whatever you put... He says, I'll work with you on whatever project you're looking at. But I feel like in this instance, we're going to need a little bit of arcane savvy as well. Obviously, we'll need Cyril's input as an expert on dimensional energies. And our friend Kalit here, or Slan, both have arcane experience as well. I believe it would be a bit of a team effort, but as far as the drafting goes, perhaps you, me, Cyril, Ashira, sounds like.
Do not count out Shaba. From what I have seen, she is the most... And he pauses and thinks about this, moving his hands underneath his poncho that he wears. He's like, practically minded when it comes to the magical sciences.
If you mean blowing things up, yes. But the big problem is... Shaba's not... Shaba's not here, first off.
This
It
is
is-
true.
It is merely
And-
something
Does
to
anybody
consider
even
once
know
she
what's going
returns.
on over there?
Oh,
where
last I
Shaba
heard,
is?
yeah, he's like, not a word from. No, I've heard nothing. I'd imagine if they were going to get in contact with anyone, Zai would be the first one to know. He-
Right. How many days
Possibly
has
a
it been
shit.
since you sent the thing? Like 3?
Yeah.
So it's at
Um,
least another week before it gets to us?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it could
Oh,
take
wait, we're
you guys.
still in the Viscarium. So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not as bad as it could be.
Yeah. He's like, you'll have to talk to the Commodore if you're looking to get answers about what's going on over on Vesk 7 with Shaba and crew. Don't know much about that myself. Been working on the problem here.
I might just give him a ring. I need to... Yeah. Yeah. The sooner we get Shaba on board with this, the better anyways.
True.
Yeah.
I still think she's
Cool.
gonna be mad at me when she gets back, though.
I mean,
Why
yes.
should be mad at you, lad?
I was supposed to be on her ship, and I got sidetracked with the research, and I missed my ship to go with her. She might be mad.
I'm more
kinda
concerned about them
chuckled.
He's
bringing.
been AWOL from the Vest 7 mission this whole time.
I'm more
Yeah, he-
concerned about her bringing back the living mandrake.
Oh, come on. Yeah, he's
A
unorthodox.
sociopath.
Sure, but who fucking isn't on this ship?
You?
Me.
Well, I'm not a sociopath.
Yeah,
that's
like,
true,
Kolnak
Kolnak.
is definitely not a sociopath.
Ooh.
A drunkard,
Uh,
yes,
He's
but
like-
not a sociopath.
Wreck?
Thank you for getting it right.
All I'm
Very
saying
good.
is, I have a feeling before this is done, there's going to be a lot worse on this ship.
Sander? Ouch. Ouch.
We could be doing a lot worse than merch.
Ooh, we shall see.
Yeah.
And then in comes, like, that's when the audience starts clapping as Mike's new character walks in. Birdward, what are you doing here?
No, but yeah, maybe we cut away from this scene. You guys kind of like discussing like the problem and Twinkle possibly getting a hold of Zai. And I want to go over to, I want to check in real quick with first, we'll check in with merch. And for those of you out there in the audience, Win 5 Get 1 Free will be playing 2 characters for a while, but they're not in the same place at this point. So, you know, we still have a little bit of road to go with merch. But Burn Ward will also start being a thing. But I want to go over to merch real quick.
Yes.
So merch, you're in Forget.
Yep.
Vest 7. It's fucking cold. It's really cold. In fact, there's a blizzard going on. And you're thankful for that because it's stymied any progress that Shaba and company might otherwise be making searching for you. You've
Well-
been kind of on the run. And you've found like what was a bar, but it was like one of the bars on the outskirts of town. Nobody's actually been in here. Like nobody was here when you got here. Nobody's here now, possibly due to the fact that the dual plagues and the the crisis with the dream shiver addiction. But you're kind of sitting here alone, and you hear the door creak behind you, and you can hear like the cold wind blowing outside, and feel a little bit of that bracing cold hit your back.
That's
As you
your
sit.
grandmother's cloak immediately.
There's and maybe there's a voice that isn't necessarily familiar to Merch, but possibly familiar to the audience anyway. And it's like, but we haven't heard it in a while. There will be no need for that, Dr. Dishborg. I'm here as a friend. And a Drow elf woman walks in. She's got long silver hair, and she's wearing the sort of like light armor. She's got a couple of tactical batons that clearly have enchantments on her waist, and she's got like a pistol, a sniper rifle across her back, and she said she's kind of walks over and she's like sits down at the bar for actually she goes behind the bar and grabs a bottle and a couple of shot glasses and pours two shots and
Merch.
like
Oh, go ahead.
grabs one of them and holds it up.
Merch uncloaks, and he is the roughest you have seen him. Normally, his flowering bud on the top is like super clean. It's like really overgrown and ragged. His clothes are kind of torn. His armor is in a clear state of semi disrepair. And his like eyes are just like bloodshot and like weary. And he looks at the other shot glass and says, "Two things. One, that is enough booze to kill a Raxolite. Two, I don't drink, so I suppose you're having a double today."
She just smiles and says, "Maybe I will. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jezza Steel Shadow."
Hell yeah.
She's like,
I've read
"Have
about
I?"
you in some of the files.
Good. Then you are well aware that I have friends in important positions. A few of them, in fact. I have a proposition for you. I also would like to purchase some information, perhaps. First things first, and she takes a drink and she's like, takes a shot and she says, I'll offer you 30,000 credits for for any technical data and information you can give me on the Fire Shrike and the Blue Ember.
He says, I have a backed up copy of their entire scientific catalog on my wrist computer here. Would that suffice?
I believe it would. And she holds a cred stick up. She holds a cred stick up, and she's like, "Slide me the slide me the data, and I'll slide you the cred stick."
Hey, he airdrops it, and he says, "There's a password
Yeah.
on there. You can see that the data is about the right size. I'll take my credits, then I'll give you the password. It's not like I can go anywhere, and you're of much greater combat prowess than me, from what I read in the logs."
She says, "This is true." And she goes, "This is a great deal better than I had hoped." And she's like, and she hands you the 30 credits, and it's very clear that she is confident that you're not gonna like make it out without giving her the password.
No, yeah, and he
Yeah, she's
immediately drops the password. Merch doesn't fucking care. He's like
yeah,
on his ass right now, and he
yeah,
had 10 credits to his name.
yeah. And she's like, I work for a number of interested parties here. The information and intelligence is for at least one party. But I also have an offer here from another group of interested parties. However, I'll let someone else introduce it. I will let someone else give you the description of this particular operation if you are interested.
Merch says,
50,000 credits and a crew.
I have questions before I even put my interest. What is my autonomy within this job if I have a crew, as you put it?
Your autonomy is simple. Complete the mission, get the credits, and then you're free to do whatever you will. Or you're free to continue to do business with me or my associates.
Hmm. I'll take the offer. Well, I'll hear it first, of course.
And she nods and she kind of looks at, she kind of nods and she says, and she looks down at the, she pulls out a comm unit, taps a couple of things, the door opens, and there are a couple of and the first thing two in the door are a couple of like you recognize these goons by their armor. They
Mhm.
look like the same kind of goons that were described that you saw at Dr. Puel's laboratory and stronghold on Akaton.
Mm.
Um, and sure enough, and there's about five of them that file into the room, and sure enough, Dr. Calidus Puel enters the room and he goes, "Oh, well," he goes, "isn't this wonderful or not so wonderful? It's terrible, actually. I hate it. I hate the decor, but I do love the fact that it's remote. Very dramatic, don't you think?" And he kind of chuckles a bit and he goes, and he walks over and he goes, "Ooh," he goes, "who have we here?" And you recognize him, but he doesn't, there's something off about him.
Yeah, and also we never met. I was a fly on the wall that whole time.
Right.
Um, yeah, in fact, he would probably mention that. He'd say, "Oh, don't worry, it's your local fly on the wall. Buzz, buzz. I very much enjoy your lab, by the way. Also
Lab?
very remote.
What lab? Where?
The ones that you had back on, oh, what is that hellish planet covered in flesh and pustules again?
Oh, in Akaton?
Hmm.
I've never been there. I understand it's nice, though. Especially this time of year. The radiation and the toxic poisons are supposed to mix beautifully. He goes, no, no, you're probably thinking about my other me. I
Hmm.
mean, the, you met, you met Dr. Calidus Puel of Akaton. Well, let me explain. No, it's all very complex, but all very simple. You see, he is me, and so am I. And and he kind of chuckles at this, and he goes, but there is a reason I am here, and there's a reason that I have a particular mission that I think that perhaps you would be terribly interested in, given your most recent history. Word gets around, and things talk, flies buzz. You know how it is. And he goes, we need I represent interested parties who would like to see the fire strike, shall we say, delayed. It but take a bit of extra time here in the Vescarium. Perhaps a little dragging of the feet to get out of here. And I believe you're perfect for this.
And he says, "Well, I don't know who told you that I was perfect for the job, but I do have to say, their recommendations are quite excellent."
He says, then you'll take the job.
Now,
Very
well,
interesting.
one moment. I've agreed to no such thing yet. I need details. How long do they need to stay here? What are my limits to making them stay here? And most importantly, are there any essential crew members that need to survive? And there's this look of glassy coldness that just like
Yeah.
flashes for just a second when he says that last part.
He goes, he goes, oh, no, 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 no. It's quite clear that then there is a very limited crew for the fire strike here. I understand there is only the crew that we don't necessarily need the entire crew engaged. The Blue Ember is yeah, relatively busy there, and I'm certain that even if they should leave the system without the fire strike and their individuals who they go with them, it probably wouldn't necessarily be a hindrance to our plans. Although I prefer that they don't make it out of the system necessarily, but that's another detail that can be dealt with in another way, in another time, in another place.
Hmm.
You delay them for as many days as you can.
Hmm.
If they do return to the Blue Ember and they do, it's fine and well. We merely need them delayed for the time being until such time as uh, they can be delayed till, I guess. I mean, I can't tell you everything now, can I? And he says, by the way, your your flower. It's very interesting. I've never seen a Raxolite have one quite like it. Usually so much more well trimmed up and taken care of. And he goes, but I would like to say, we'll have a crew here if you appreciate the offer and take it. We'll send a crew here. You delay them as long as possible, and personally, if none of them make it out, I suppose that would be okay.
How
I have a particular interest, however, the Gray that travels with them,
Quevelin?
and Captain Ashira.
Hmm.
It would be of particular value if the two of them didn't make it out of here, didn't leave for Get. The rest we care a little about, and in truth, if you can't kill either of the stated
Que- um,
dangerous targets, that's still fine. The point is to delay, but it's worth
I
more if you do
I
manage to take
stop
them.
him. I stop him and I say, Ashira does not happen to be on this planet.
Or Shaba,
Oh,
sorry.
okay,
He goes,
okay. Right on, right on.
Shut
I'm
up.
like,
wondering.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
I'm like, right. I'm going to need assurances. And I immediately turn to the drow and I say, how closely linked are you to this man? Is it professional or are you personally knowing to him?
I'm professionally. It is a professional relationship. After all, a cause does not fund itself, now does it?
I'm more than happy to keep. I'm more than happy to continue to work for you because I understand you as a known quantity. However, getting a crew of unknowns to me, let's just say that recently I've found myself in bad company. This is not your
Aw.
job, this is his job. If this
Oh,
goes, how does the phrase go? Tits up? I need some sort of assurance that I will be able to request assistance.
how about how about a offer of good faith? How about I tell you a little bit of something about your bad company?
You see him restraining intrigue.
He goes,
Somehow, some
your,
way, Twinkle knows, and he is sad.
your bad company did exactly what they were always meant to do. Do you really think that? Let me just say one thing. Nurse Jerkdazal never made it to your meeting.
Hmm.
No, Nurse Jerkdazal never made it to your meeting because that is not Nurse Jerkdazal.
Hmm.
That is someone else.
Like, kind
They,
of rubs his chin and says, I suppose that makes sense. Who planted, if you don't mind saying?
I can't tell you more at this point, but perhaps I can tell you more later. But perhaps if you survive and you pull this one off, perhaps I can give you a bit more information.
Sure. And he turns back to the Dr. Puel. Says, I'll take your job. I want to vet your crew before you send them to me. I require dossiers. And one more thing. A small operating budget of 20,000 is fine, and for the rest of the 30,000 of the payment, I can flip money easily. What I need is something different. I want you to get me in contact with someone who I'm sure scientific esteemed people like yourself would know. I would like to request not even a meeting, just contact with someone whose name is very common around higher echelons. If you can get me a meeting with Erna Braun Talat, you can save 30,000 of those credits. I don't need to be in a room with him. A chat room will suffice.
Dr. Ernevron Talat. And Calidus Pule looks at you and goes, I've heard of him. He's quite brilliant when it comes to cybernetic research. Met him once. Or not me, but my other me. Not that me either, the other me. Or was it the other me? But she knows him and points at Jezza.
He turns and says, how does 30,000 credits sound to put my name on his plate?
She just smiles. And maybe that's where we fade out. And we're gonna cut back in here real quick with Shaba. Shaba, it has been shitty. There is a blizzard going on. You guys have not been able to continue your search for merch for worth of shit. The hospital, the medical clinic is just rabidly full, and you guys have had to make several house calls. Nurse Jerkdazal has made herself extraordinarily useful in dealing with the plague, and had in the dual plagues. In fact, she's saved you a great deal of man hours putting the extra help in, being that you are found yourself short of merch. You're not certain if merch was just like having her do all the legwork before, or when it came to the health and research, or if he just had her doing other stuff and he was doing all the legwork with the medical, or if they just weren't using their time 100% on this. But she's proven to be a lot more effective than you would have thought. And you do get a probably a message from the local doctor and whatnot, that with the storm in, that it's probably going to be a while before they can do much more than what they're doing to help you. And they've kind of requested that you send people out for some house visits and whatnot. So what is Shaba's response to this? Like, you're probably you're probably in the medical clinic at this point, honestly.
Yeah. House visits, eh?
Yeah. So, and I think probably Scramjet and Whistlefizz have set up, have radios, comms, fairly well set up in case Merch tries to come back to the ship. Who do you have with you, and who do you have out on visits? Are you out on getting ready to go out on a house call? How's this work? What does this look like? How are you using your people?
Send Nurse Jerkdasill and Wreck to do the house calls.
All right.
The rest stay either here in the hospital or we're in the lab making more antidote.
All right. Give me a mysticism check here. You can just feel there's something wrong, with the universe. You can feel that there is something going on, that you could just feel psychic, arcane reverberation, that are just sort of rippling through. And given given where you're like sort of your sense of it, it seems like it's coming from far away, but it's also but not so far away as like say the packed worlds, unless it's incredibly strong. It's probably coming from sometime within the Vescarium. But nevertheless, you are kind of like that is a thing that's kind of like you have noticed.
Sort of just sitting in the back of my head there.
All right. So you have Glycil and Dr. Awali, Squibble, and Tafa with you then, and Quevelin?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Loyalty -0 went to take care of his own business for a bit. Yeah, and but I think probably there's a bit where like Glycil comes up and he's like, we've managed to get some of this under control, well, at least to some extent. The blinding sickness, we're getting that. That's coming along fairly well. The bubonic plague is proving to be a bit more difficult. The death toll is going to go up for a while. That's just there's just no way to. We just don't have the personnel to cover everybody. And with a limited amount of medical supplies on hand, I think we can expect the mortality rate to go up by at least 2 to 3% in the next couple of days. After that, it should plateau, and then we'll see.
Is there issues with the vaccine, or is it just manpower
Frankly,
issues?
frankly, it's a combination between manpower and distribution. Um, we're gonna need somebody that knows how to handle distribution a little bit better, because what we're doing here is just kind of inefficient.
Put the gray to work.
Actually, surprisingly, Quevelin is working. He's
nice.
surprisingly adept at this sort of thing. Although there are a lot of people who don't want to be treated by him.
Well, no, I would assume
Well,
he'd be in
no.
robes at the very least.
Or they're probably worried where he's going to put it.
I'm probably worried that he's going to like do some crazy unethical shit to them.
Well, that's what Shaba said too.
It's true. But I say you do know that there is a collective of Dromeda on this town, on this Inferget, that have set up a some sort of like enterprise. Try to find him here real quick. Let's see. What was their name? That's best to go. That's the problem. I don't remember every single thing. Here we are. What are they called? They're impossible exports.
Did we figure they were the ones bringing the drugs in?
No, they seem to be some kind of secretive Dromeda enterprise, but no, the ones who is bringing the drugs in is still a bit of a mystery, in the sense that you found like the leaders of the supply chain here, but whoever he was getting them from had kind of turned into a dead end.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go to this impossible import company and see if they can help, maybe with the distribution of the meds. I don't know why the
All
hairs
right.
on the back of my neck are standing up.
Oh,
Ugh.
yeah. So you managed to find, and it's a big building. Like it's bigger than you would expect for it to need to be for like for a building that's supposed to be mostly just a business. There's a couple of guards outside of their dromedar, which are basically camel people. Uh, like they're wearing like security uniforms and helmets, and like one of them was like, "What?" He's like, what are you doing here? Who are you?" They seem a bit nervous.
And unprofessional.
This is what they call security? Oh my god.
Kill some Shaba.
You
No,
get the
that's very
impression that
irritating.
people, you get the impression these people don't get a lot of like visitors normally.
Well, especially someone who just walks right up. Like,
Yeah.
I need to talk to your boss. I need some help.
Ooh. What's your and who are you?
Intimidate.
Guess what? I don't have it. So, sorry.
Aw.
Just tell him the
You
captain
sexy?
of the fire Shrike is here.
Wait. They look at each other and they're like, "You're Captain Zai?
That's
I
hot.
I don't. Wait, I thought Captain Zai had 4 arms. Was he one of those witch weirds? No, he was I thought he was a Kasathan. Wait a minute, I thought he was a he.
No, he has a new ship. Tell him it's Shaba.
Wait. Oh. Shabayan? Oh. Yeah. Hold on. And they like one of them like goes off to the side and he's kind of looking over his shoulder, like his buddy's kind of got like his hand on his rifle. He's like, he comes back. He's okay. I guess I guess we're supposed to like follow me, and he kind of like leads you inside.
I go in.
Yeah. First thing you notice upon getting in here, there are a significant amount of dromeda here. The main room, there's of course an office up front, but as he leads you further through, there's like a large room that you go through that is just like a big room with grass growing all over the floor and dromeda that are
Grazing.
grazing there. Most
You
of them,
found the cantina.
they they tend to stay far away from you. Like the only ones that seem to be willing to be close to you at all are the security dromedar, and they don't seem terribly thrilled about it either. But they do lead you up eventually a elevator or whatnot to a office, and there is a dromedar. A dromedar in a suit that is in a fine suit that is standing there when they to the office like this is the Director Kotha. Director Kotha, the famous terrorist Shaba Yan. And Kotha goes, Why? He ducks under his desk. Like, why did you bring her here? Why did you bring? He goes, oh wait, I was afraid of this. I was afraid of this. What do you want? You've come here to steal all our grass, haven't you? You've come here to kill us all. Why did you bring her in?
Hilarious.
Well, Shaba.
She just can't contain the laughter, so she
It
finds this
smells like
absolutely
wimple
hilarious.
here.
Like you have anything I want,
Yeah.
except for information.
Don't worry, the only grass I'd ever want is the stuff that you can smoke and get high off of.
God damn.
I'm just here to pick
He's
your
like-
brain, and if you're
He's just-
nice, I might even let you keep it.
Yeah, you just like he peeks up over a desk, just tiny and slightly, and goes, "You're not here to kill us all."
I might have a reputation of being a little heavy-handed, but I'm not a cold-blooded killer.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, that's not what the newsreels say. Promise me you're not gonna kill everybody.
Listen here, that's fake news. It did not happen.
He's like, I saw the newsreels. I saw.
Make
What
Absalom
are
great
you doing
again.
here?
You know of the plague that's happening in this poor backwater town?
He's like, yeah, terrible business, terrible business. A lot of people dying. And he's like, been trying to keep our, stay away from it all.
Well, I need some help distributing the cure.
The
I'm a
cure?
little-
Wait a minute, what?
We have a cure for it.
It's on vinyl, so hopefully they have record players.
He's like,
Oh my
that's
God.
terrible. It was like, I didn't know there was a cure. When was there a cure?
Well, we synthesized one probably about 2-3 days ago.
Did you take anybody with you to go to come to this meeting?
Oh, hell no. They're all busy.
Okay. All right. Give me a
Are
diplomacy.
they gonna? I was like, are they gonna be dumb enough to try and fuck with Shaba because she's alone? Man, camel people.
I think she might just be so fucking scary. They might think it's like something to
Well,
kill
that would
everyone.
be that would be intimidating. But I think like he's like he's like kind of creeps out from behind the desk just a little bit. And he goes, "A cure? You can cure this thing." And then he kind of maybe straightens himself out and like straightens and sits in his chair and he's like, "So let's talk then. So and how much are you charging for this cure?" And it like pulls out a calculator, pulls up or pulls out like a sort of like a calculator function on his desk, his computer desk.
How much we are charging? I don't know. Ask the Viscarium what they're paying us. We're not charging anything.
Wait, no charge? The Vescarium is like,
They're the ones
well,
that sent us.
well, you see, I mean, we were talking about in Hero, I suppose a percentage of zero is zero. There's no real profit in this. There's no profit at all. I mean, well, why would we do this? There's no profit. And
So your grass doesn't get eaten.
All of a sudden, a discharge power pack somehow pops into my hand. And I start flipping it.
he's like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, I suppose that the charge could go to. You said the Vescarium is paying the bill on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you could negotiate the percentage for us for distribution.
I think I could come up with something.
It was
A bullet to the back
good.
of the head.
It was like,
No evil twinkle, not a bullet.
A
Evil
point blank
twinkle.
fireball.
like, so
This
I tell you what, we can do business if you're willing to negotiate a percentage for our profit for us. got to pay the the people that do the work, and there's overhead costs for something like distribution. He says, I can start getting things ready. You bring me a number.
A number. Like how much they're going to pay you?
Get that exactly.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, okay. We'll be waiting.
Okay. If you excuse me, I'm quite busy down at the medical center, so
Oh, indeed.
yes.
Doing the good work for the Viscarium. Uh, uh, indeed. We'll have him show he and calls for like the guard who has never left the room. Uh, is like, show him out. We'll he'll have an appointment for tomorrow, or show her out. She'll have an appointment for tomorrow. You just put something on the books and with the secretary, and we'll see you then.
Later.
Yeah,
Just walks out.
yeah. He's uh, give me a culture check real quick here, or do you have ranks in culture?
Oh, I have ranks in culture.
Okay, so you are trained. So give me culture here.
Yeah, she's good. Boom. See?
So this is pretty common for Dromedae. Like they are skittish people at the best of times. It's they do tend to enjoy had corporate business arrangements, but the reason the building is so big is because that's likely not just where the Dromedal all work, but they probably all live there together. They really do fall hard towards their ancestral roots, their sort of biological roots from herd animals. In that sense, uh, they tend to be they're competent. They're a competent people. They're just not a brave people.
They're a
um,
true herbivore.
yeah, they're very brave. So
So if I fireballed all their grass, that would just be a really bad thing, wouldn't it?
yeah, they especially considering there's really not a lot of places where grass grows here naturally. Um,
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I got an
so
ace in the sleeve. Don't worry.
you also do happen to know a high despot on this world
Oh yeah,
because you've met her.
and I
So
promise stories.
yeah, she might not have the biggest influence to Vescarian, but a high despot's a high despot.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. And I think I want to circle back around here real quick to where and sort of finish with who we started to some extent. Ashira and Vesa. Maybe you guys are kind of maybe this is sort of like the after you have smoked your joint on the ground, and
Hyperleaf.
perhaps Captain Zai has probably gone off to meet with to get a report from Kolnak and what have you. But there is actually before I do that, let me do that scene with Zai because we haven't spent much time with Zai yet. And I do want to give him at least one good scene here.
Twinkle was serious about wanting to talk to Zai,
Yeah.
by the way.
So
Mm.
so
Oh.
maybe Zai and Kolnak.
Hello,
Maybe
Twinkle
that's
and
actually,
Kolnak.
yeah, they both probably show up. Actually, is it a situation where you come see them, or is it a situation where they have to come see you?
Hmm. Well, I guess we're trying to get stuff done, so I'd probably want to at least see Kolnak, and if he's with Kolnak,
Right.
then it's way easier.
Yeah, so this is probably being that like the tail like the meeting was happening partially during Vesa and Ashira's deal and partially after, and we kind of came in on the part where Xander came in. But so they're probably still down there by the time you come back into the deal. And I think you go to the engineering room where you knew they were having this meeting because you would have known. And they're probably standing there like and Kolnak and Twinkle are probably both discussing. And Twinkle, you sent him a message you wanted to talk to him anyway too. So and Kolnak probably
So,
informed you that he's probably going to come down here. So
what's going on?
so what we figured out so far is that our working theory is that we're going to have to bleed off all of the excess energy that Melamie's producing. We've got a few theories. We're Serold, Twinkle, myself, and we were going to call Ashira in on this too. We're going to work together on trying to figure a way to do that. Twinkle here says he knows about some alien technology that might give us some ideas and boost in figuring the tech out for it. So far, we've got a temporary fix between Ashira and I. The containment field should hold for a while, but the danger is that the Cyril one that could be fairly dangerous. You'll have to talk to him about how dangerous and what the possible after effects could be. He's the expert on the energies we're working with. I'm just a tech guy.
Just a tech guy. It's fine, Kolnak. But as far as it goes, maybe we should use this as a weapon. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm sure that you guys will do fine. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any way to bleed her that wouldn't cause harm to something.
You got me stumped too. The technology's got. If the technology exists, then there's probably you know we gotta find it. If it doesn't, we gotta find something that helps us make it, create it.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm gonna call Ezzy. Well, I'm gonna send a message out to Ezzy. In fact, let's do that now, Kolnak. Hi, this is Zion Kolnak. Ezzy, we need you. Come quickly.
Yeah, there's. Yeah, You have no idea how long it's gonna take to get to him. So.
Ezzy?
Right.
Yeah.
He's probably halfway across the universe right now.
Oh, probably. Yeah, he's like.
Let's also send out a rumor mirror the post office in the area.
The post office in the area.
that might get to him faster than my message.
So, and Twinkle wanted to speak to you about something too.
Oh, look, there he is. Hey, Twinkle.
Hey, Captain, could we talk for a moment? Privately?
Like, privately? Oh, okay. Kolnak? Dismissed.
Kolnak just shrugs his shoulders. He's like, fine, that we're drinking some blue grog and some Diamond Jack later.
All right. That sounds fun. Maybe Twinkle will come. Anyway, Twinkle, what do you need?
So, I've been on this crew a little while.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, when are we going to stop doing what everyone else wants us to do and start doing what we want to do? I'm faithful to you. Hell, we've gone through a space station and back at the very least, but hell, you're a free captain. But here we are doing people's bidding for... I guess we've always been kind of doing that, huh?
Well, the gods decided a long time ago I couldn't just be drunk. But as far as what are you hinting at, sir? No.
Maybe I'm not sure exactly what I signed up for, and that's my fault. But this hasn't been what I've signed up for. Kicking the crap out of the Hell Knights, I signed up for that. Something to make a difference. Maybe, I don't know. What are we doing here, Captain? And why should I be here? Seriously? That's it?
Give me a sec. I don't know very much, do I? What exactly are you getting at here?
Captain, I'm not
Yes.
happy here.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't exactly know what you want me to say here. This is not the life for everyone, son. And I mean that in the nicest
No, I
way.
thought... No,
Go
I think you don't understand. I don't think... The life you lead is not the life you claim to lead.
Go on.
I thought we were actually going to be doing something. Hell, you've got a whole fucking planet to your name now. Huh?
Yeah.
And what are we doing here? Sitting on Vesk, helping diplomats figure shit out?
Specifically right now, I'm trying to get done the mission that I promised my aunt that I would do, which allowed me to return home with Nahir's corpse and put it where it properly belongs. I am a fairly loyal creature, as you might have noticed, to those that have been here the longest, even the ones with some of the worst reputation. So that is why I am here right now. And as far as the normal chaos that we lead, go on.
As far as the normal chaos, you mean the fact that supposedly we've got this universe-ending device supposedly counting down, and we're sitting here doing jack all about it? That's fine. What I'm saying is, I'm not sure it's for me. You said this life wasn't for everybody. I'm starting to think that.
Well, I suppose we could pause long enough to take you back to Broken Rock and you could leave with honors.
You don't need to take me back to Broken Rock. I can... I've done it before, I can do it again, I guess.
I don't
if you
think
want me to
Go ahead.
If you want me to put in my 2 weeks notice, I can always start looking for another ship.
I don't necessarily want you to put in your 2 weeks notice, but if you're unhappy here, then
politics
it's best
just
to leave
isn't
now.
for me, Captain.
Really? But you're so good at what you do.
Doesn't mean I enjoy it. After you're good enough at a hobby, it turns into a job. Why do you think I haven't touched a fucking xenoarchaeology report in 3 fucking months? All of that, I keep getting sent this shit from Glumpucket about all the things they're uncovering. I don't care anymore.
Okay.
Honestly.
Quickly, out of character. Are you going to make someone else, or is this like your departure and I just didn't know about it?
I wasn't planning on going anywhere. I'm just trying to tell you Twinkle's not happy here.
Okay,
and is not necessarily happy with what we're doing and thought it would be better to express it than, sit on it and do nothing.
No, right. And that's definitely true, sir. All right, back in character. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't leaving us. But as far as it goes, Twinkle, like I said, it isn't for everyone, and if you're unhappy, then you should seek somewhere else to be happy. But your role here, as you said, you've spent time with it. You've proven yourself to be capable of being here, if that's what you want. But, because of the previous things that I've seen, This is not the first time that the universe has been about to end while I'm around, and I still had other stuff to do.
You've always had
But
other stuff to do, Captain.
yes, unfortunately. I'd like to go on vacation with you guys, go to the diaspora, chill on the river, maybe fight a sea monster. But we just have so much on our plate.
That might be for somebody on this ship someday, Captain, but somehow I don't think that's going to be you.
I don't know. Maybe if I retire. Ooh, there we go. So, does that mean you're ready to be Captain's Eye?
Excuse me?
Well, it's been on the back burner for a while. Should I die, you will take my place as the captain and the Commodore.
What?
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 Wow.
You can ask Qualu and Rex. They've both been told.
Captain, one, I don't think you should be saying this to me. Two, don't you have better qualified people on this boat? For example,
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Out of everyone on my crew right now, you have the purest heart. And on occasion, you still make an ass out of yourself. You're a perfect candidate.
Captain, I stole things for a living. I steal things for a living. Just because it's gone from physical things to
I am
information,
a
don't change
bloodthirsty pirate and terrorist and had already been kicked off my own home planet. Do you got anything to go home to? Honestly? Is there a Mrs. somewhere waiting on you to come home with some money? Because if that's the case, I'll give you all the cash on hand and you can go home to her. But otherwise, as I said, there were already plans in motion. The only thing that was stopping you from taking over, sir, is my death. And as you saw from the snuff video, someone's out to get me. But it's not the first time, nor shall it be the last. But if it is, all of this is yours, and you can do with it what you want. So, if you want to leave, if I die, you'll get a phone call. It'll be Rhett going, hey, there's 2 ships ready for you. Maybe there's 3.
You, at this point, yeah, Twinkle's jaw is hanging wide open. It snaps it shut, puts his head in his hands, shakes his head. Captain, you confuse me. I don't want to know why you decided this. And I'm not sure what to think of it.
I was going to say, honestly, it was first talked about when Nahir was still with us. He thought it was a decent idea. He wasn't going to stay, no offense to you, but he still thought it was a decent idea.
Ashira's not better for this?
I love the fact that she's laughing too. I love the fact she's laughing.
Twinkle. Ashira is great at lots of things, but she does not want to be a leader. We've tried it before. By all rights, she had her own ship, and she was like, take it. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Wait. On my ship, it was me and a bunch of NPCs. I was fucking bored, and I hated you all.
Right. Well, you could have been the Commodore, and I would have taken over that ship full of NPCs. It would have been great.
I just want to go kick ass. That's all I want to do. And drink.
Right. No, and that's fine. And that's what you do. That's why you don't have a ship. And if we get a 3rd ship, Twinkle will be captain of that.
Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with
that. Unless Cyril decides to stay with us. If Cyril decides to stay, Twinkle might not get the ship. Because, Cyril needs something to do.
Would it be appropriate to call Ashira a Lieutenant Ashira? Since she's not a captain?
Do you think she needs an ego that big? Let's just call her...
I don't know.
Hey!
Let's call her... Sergeant Ashira. I like that.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Sergeant.
That's
Uh,
canon. You've just had a rank increase. Welcome to sergeant. Mhm.
I can't.
All right. All right.
well, the funny thing is, Ashira, is because you normally work the science station, but the Blue Ember is a massive ship that requires a lot of people. Nobody ever really like technically fucking the science department went to merch, but he never really manned the science console. So you have a bunch of like Kasathans that occasionally pick shifts when you're not working, or some that work with you. They've just started to defer to you like you're like you're supposed to be in
Yeah.
charge of the. They don't know any better. They're just like they they just come up to you every now and again.
No, that's
What mission
completely
are
Captain
you
Zai's
working today?
orders.
Yeah.
Ask Ashira questions.
And they're like, you just occasionally get people like, I was told to talk to you about my schedule. You're
But
fucking-
Twinkle,
you started getting inundated with schedule requests. Can I
Twinkle.
work the night shift? I need a couple days off. Want to switch shifts with so and so?
Just gonna put all their names on a dartboard.
Captain, you've given me a lot to think about.
All right, but seriously though, you can ask the jester. This has seriously been something I've been talking about for like 3 months.
It actually has been. He has
Because-
planned for the possibility of Captain Zai's death. I asked him one day. I was like, "So what happens if Captain Zai dies?" And he thought about it. He goes,
Mm.
and he came up with
So
an answer.
just so you know, that was my answer, and it was a good one, and I backed it up.
Hmm. But I do want to take it back here, real for our final
Yes,
scene.
please. I'm out of things to say.
To Ashira and Vesa. So maybe this is where you guys are getting up and you're getting ready to go out to the bar and whatnot. Nurx has already like got already has her motorcycle out. Like you guys are probably getting your motorcycles out. She's probably already like on hers outside doing the thing. And I think Rulia kind of comes out.
Stoppies?
Maybe. I mean, she might be doing that. She is a daredevil, so and I think Rulia probably like walks into the
Oh.
fucking bay, and she's like, "So, what do you say?" Like, and maybe you guys are kind of like working together or whatnot, and maybe she walks up like as you guys are kind of like walking your bikes down the ramp and get outside, and
Girls'
Nurk
night.
head out there, and she probably walks out, and she's like walks up behind you, the two of you, like does that thing and puts her arm around both of your shoulders, and she's like, "So, where are we going?" She's like, "Out to start some trouble, maybe." And she does that thing with her eyebrows, like, "Huh, right?" And like winks at her, and she's like,
So
"Maybe we should
awkward.
go see." Yeah, she's like, "Maybe we should go see if there's aborts, booze, and bitches in the Vescarium. What do you think?" And winks at Dirks, and and Nurx, for her part, seeing the look on both you and Vase's face, whatever it happens to be, and you guys can feel free to describe that. As
I don't know,
like
Shira. How do we feel about this?
yeah, but like Nurx starts laughing and puts her head and does a face palm. She's like, "This bitch," fucking, and really is like, "Hold on, wait a minute, one moment." And she goes running back up the into the cargo bay, and you hear the engine start, and uh, and you see uh, Nahir's exploration buggy roll down the ramp with her at the wheels. She's like,
Oh.
who had the keys to this? Who had the the computer
Twinkle.
that had the Twinkle? She's like, borrowed this from Twinkle. She like
What?
figured I could probably use
What?
a ride. Yeah. And
Fucking what?
she's like,
Well, you don't
she's
know
like,
yet.
yeah,
Unless we hear him scream quietly in the background.
Where
Where the
she's
fuck
like,
is it?
she's like, so let's go then.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, fucking, and as you're evasive, both of you have really has been she's a girl that's just a little friendlier than you expect her to be. Like that's sort of
Wait, like
almost
Shaba friendly?
no, well, sort of, but like you've noticed that she flirts
Yeah.
with a lot of the humanoid the humanoid species on the boat. Like you've seen her flirt with like Xander and Serold, and she's definitely flirted with the
Why
two
have we
of you.
not done that with Cyril?
Okay.
That'd be so fucking funny. He'd just
That'd
flat
be
out look
so
at her and
funny.
say, "Get away."
It probably just happened in the background. Maybe there's like maybe Serold. Maybe we have
Hey,
like this
handsome, you
brief.
want to go out for a drink? No.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we get
So
like that
call
fucking.
Cheryl.
Maybe we get like that little fucking like Serold somewhere walking down a hallway, just remembering this and going, and it's whatever reaction he's got for that.
It
It's
just
like
stops, slowly
randomly just
turns with
remembers
that
like
deadpan, and just looks at her and goes,
yeah.
"Even if I had such interests, no."
and,
And then keeps walking,
be-
doesn't even stop to see how she reacts.
and to be
Love
fair,
To be
to be
fair.
fair, to be fair, she is
To
an
be fair.
attractive woman, and she's also like seems to have an almost Nurks like recklessness to her, in the way that she's gone about things. She doesn't seem to see any sacred cows, as evidenced by the fact that she's driving Nahir's buggy. Um,
I don't
Not-
think we ever
wait,
said that there was a
can I
rule
name it
not to use
Ginger?
the buggy.
I mean,
no, I don't think there really is, but I think it's one of those things that like the crew that were there before that knew Nahir have all sort of avoided it. And
How
if I remember
dare they
correctly,
use Ginger the exploration buggy? I'm pissed
well,
now.
and I
No.
feel like and
It's
who
okay,
was it?
Stuff's
Was it
dead.
Twinkle? Twinkle got offended when like she banged her like cup against the fucking fender of the damn thing, trying to get the Kasathans organized.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
when they first came on.
Oh, I
See,
Yeah, she's
Twinkle, there's more proof you deserve to be,
and she also and she also was the only one that took on that when she was that actively purposely took on the challenge of Bazik and laughed through the whole damn battle. Ultimately, she surrendered when he got close enough. When he got close, but it was pretty obvious to everybody that she probably could have fought longer. She just didn't feel like the fighting anymore. Bored. But I
So
think that yeah, go ahead.
I want to like pop some telepathy to Ashira and be like, should we get this bitch drunk and leave her? See what happens.
Well, you also the other thing you know about her is that she came on board because she wanted fucking Merch to buy her a new ship because he cost her a ship.
Oh
Sure,
man,
yeah.
she's gonna be super pissed when she finds out he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Like I'm just gonna pop some telepathy to Ashira. So, what do you say?
I don't.
What?
So he said, "Oh, whatever."
Well, it doesn't take you guys long to find a bar to get drunk
Yes.
at.
But is it abort?
Who cares?
It is
at this
not.
point?
It is not a boards, unfortunately, but there
Is
it
it
is
full
on
of
a
Vesk?
It's full of Vesk, and it's actually there are a lot of Skittermanders here too. I mean, a lot.
Alright,
Oh
It
my
is
the
their home
perfect
planet.
spot for
Oh
them.
no!
I am
It
gonna
is
get
the-
so drunk and I am going to start recruiting Skittermanders. Can I roll to see how many show up?
You
Jesus.
first of all, like you guys, you ladies get into the bar, and there's a and you look around, and of course there's a few Patra, a couple of Vesk. They all look very military. There's a lot of Skittermanders running about. There is there is a patra behind the bar serving drinks, but there's somebody else sitting at the bar. And can we get a description of Burnward real quick here? Because there is
So
one person that stands out a bit.
yeah, no, he definitely stands out in this bar, and most people, unless they're a Vesk, are probably giving him a very wide berth. Because this dude looks fucking serious. He is about 8 foot tall. He's got his helmet off, but it's sitting on the bar, and it looks like a deer skull with like the antlers sawed off. Pure red armor, with one big fucking emblazoned emblem that looks like the shape of a Hell Knight emblem, like the distinct shape, but it's just like the kind of like plating underneath as opposed to the emblem like being there actively. And he's like in this like heavy duty power armor that clearly has some serious gear like that can pop out, and he's just casually standing, not sitting at the bar because he cannot sit on these stools in this armor. Casually standing, having a beer, like just taking it down. You see like 4 bottles beside him, and he's just there.
Yeah. So you see this guy who looks like he could potentially looks very Hell Knighty, standing at the bar. And I think Rulia probably, like, while the three of you, well, at least you and Nurks probably have a direct reaction to Shira. I don't know how Vase's reaction is. You probably heard about the stuff by now, but
I'm
Rulia,
sure she's acquainted with them.
dangerous.
huh?
Go ahead.
He looks dangerous.
Yep. I think Rulia, with her general devil may care attitude, and Nurks is probably like, that's not a good sign, maybe. But like Rulia, apparently just not giving a damn, because you know she has to have been briefed on some of this because she's been on security. She's just kind of like, she's like, I got the first round, ladies, and she starts heads right up to the bar, and sits and stick like goes like right next to where Burnward is standing, where this big Hell Knight is, and she's like, and she kind of turns around at the bar. And she goes, "So what are you ladies drinking? Nurks, Ashira, Vesa, anybody? You guys?" And
What's the most expensive thing on the menu?
That.
Burnward, you recognize all of these names. Well, you don't recognize Vase's name, but you recognize Nurse and Ashira very, very clearly. You've spent a year on Patella at this point,
Yeah.
which you just now learned it's been like going through that it's been so named.
Yeah. He does a very, very casual side glance, as if he's just following where she's shouting at. Takes a quick look, and then turns back to the bar, finishes his beer, sets it down, and says, "Another black stog, please," like to the bartender.
Yeah, the bartender lines it up. Ashira, Nurks and Vesa, what is your response to drink? Most expensive stuff. She's like, yeah, you got the next round though. And she does she's like, she looks at her. She's like, how about four? Oh, what would it be? Four elemental, four fire elemental drops. No, I think 4 lava drops. And the bartender kind of looks at her and goes, 4 lava drops coming up. And he lines up 4 glasses. And, you know, he mixes them up, and he gets his shaker tin. He pours a few liquors in there, mixes it up real good. And then, sort of like drops, and then pours it into 4 shot glasses. and then pours some sort of like liquid, some sort of like fruit liquid, in the other four. And like the shot glasses, the liquid is now red, and he lights them all on fire and drops them, lights them all on fire. And she's like, and Rulia is motioning you to the bar. She's like, "Come on, before it burns all the alcohol out." And she turns around to look at you, Burnward,
Hmm.
and to the description here, she is an Ifrit woman,
Right.
with orange skin and blazing red hair with yellow highlights and yellow eyes. Um, and she doesn't seem much like anybody else around here in the fact that she doesn't really seem to be particularly intimidated or put off. And she's like, and she kind of looks over and at you for a minute, and she goes, "Looks like you've got a story or two to tell."
Says, might want to wait or might want to follow your own advice. Burn off all the alcohol. All you paid for is shitty fruit water. Takes enough
And
to
he,
drink.
yeah, he kind of, and Ashira and Vesa, have you guys gone to the bar yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nurx is there too. Nurx is kind of just looking very suspiciously at you, Burn Ward. You recognize Ashira and Nurx from the wanted posters
Oh,
and
I
the
definitely recognize
briefings
Shira. I
and the
won.
briefings. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
like
do.
she was a big part of my investigation. I recognize Ashira.
Yeah, she's like, and like they yeah like fucking she drops the Rulia drops the flaming liquor into the fruity like concoction and slams it down, and she goes, "Bottoms up," and glug, 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 glug.
Yeah, I'll drink it too. It's
Or
painful, but I'm here.
Burnward finishes his beer uncharacteristically quickly, sets it down, and waves for another one.
And I think uh, the Rulia kind of continues unabated, and she's like, "So, you a Hell Knight or something?"
Looks at her, taps on the patch that is not on his armor, says, "According to this, I ain't."
Yeah, it's just look like you carry yourself kind of like one.
He that's says you know what he would say? He would say, well, guess people
Old habits
carry
die hard.
yeah, guess people carry themselves how they carry themselves, yeah.
She kind of turns around, looks over to you, Ashir, and she goes, "What do you think? You knew Hell Knight. You fought Hell Knights. What do you think?" And she does that thing where she kind of uses her hands to do a frame up. "Do you think that he looks like he could be a Hell Knight? Maybe you've seen him before." How does Ashira respond to this?
Ashira, respond.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I was distracted. What happened?
So Rulia basically leaned over to you and like put her
Okay.
hands up in like a frame, looking directly at this guy sitting at the bar, and she's like, "What? You fought Hell Knights. What do you think? Do you think he looks like he could be a Hell Knight?"
Wow, really is just trying to start shit.
Yeah.
Do I don't know.
I want to like gently tap Rulia on the shoulder. Be like, can we not have a bar fight as
Wait.
soon as we fucking walk in?
Yeah,
Can you maybe calm your fucking tits for a minute and leave this man alone to his
And
drink?
by the way, Burnward at this point kind of like turns his face to like grab a beer, and you notice a massive heat like burn scar that just covers like his entire left side of his cheek.
Yikes.
Oh,
Yeah, and
She's
like
like,
it's at
leave
this
that
point the
man
light
alone.
catches his left left eye, and you're like, oh, that left eye is useless. It was clearly burned real bad.
She's
I mean,
like,
what is it?
ooh.
Is it-
She kind of looks at she kind she kind of looks at you, Vase, and she's like, she's like, thought we were here to stir up some trouble.
This
Besides,
is
I'm
fucking
just
trouble.
trying to. Besides, he looks like he could use a friend. He's sitting here all alone.
Well, you
And
sound like a bitch.
Yeah.
she's just kind of, and she's just kind of like, she's like, uh, and she's kind of like doing the thing, like with, she's kind of doing the thing where like she's kind of interacting with you like that. It's the like she's doing the thing where it's like, no, it's fine, it'll be okay, kind of thing. Burn
Poking,
Ward.
prodding.
This is about the time that a rather large Vesk it comes wandering up. Goes. He's like apparently overhearing the conversation, hearing the conversation, or somebody goes, "Hell Knights." He goes, "I understand. You're supposed to be a breed apart, tougher than the
You-
average."
You hear just the deepest, most bored and annoyed sigh of just like, he turns around, says, "You want a beer on the house?" To
Beer
the
on the
Vesk.
house. He goes, "Well, it sounds good enough, but I was rather thinking I might see how tough a Hell Knight is."
Says,
I ain't as good as I once was.
yeah.
Oh
He
my
says,
god.
he says, buddy, I really want to be honest with you. You don't want to do this. I know it's in your nature, but you don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm pretty sure no one in this bar wants to do this. And he kind of like waves his like finger around, you know?
I think this is the point where Aurelia is really like, kind of, there's a part of her that's like the eating popcorn mentality, sort of like watching this go down. But you can also tell that there's something like Vesa. You can probably tell as an envoy, and probably that there is a part of her that probably would find fighting this Vesk an amusing prospect. But she's kind of watching the interaction go. She's just like, he's like, no, I think I do.
Yeah.
You have been challenged, Hell Knight.
He
Do you have the honor to stand and fight?
he looks the Vesk up and down, says, "You've been drinking, haven't you?"
He's like, so have you.
Says, "Well, that's fair." And he just grabs one of the empty bottles and just slams it into the Vesk's face and goes, "Haven't been drinking enough."
Yeah, you catch him right over the eye and send him sprawling backwards. And he's like, he kind of like reaches down, he's bleeding, and he like realizes he was like, he's kind of like, you hit me. He said, that was a sneak attack. That wasn't honorable. He's like, you, and he does that. Yeah.
As he's talking, like before he even finishes, I just like dropped my knee and just like square right in the middle of the nose, just like punch his head into the ground with my fucking power fist.
The Emperor.
Right? Yeah. So I think you catch him off guard. I think this is probably not a big enough room where you could be wearing power armor in, but nevertheless, you probably catch him off guard enough to knock him out. Yeah, and really, it just kind of looks at him and goes, "That's impressive," and and kind of looks over at and looks kind of over at the three of you, the rest of you, and probably I think this is like And you notice that the three women are still standing at the bar, like Ashira and Vesa and Nurx and this Rulia. Although you don't really know Rulia or Vesa's name because they're
Sure.
not famous yet.
But I
So,
definitely recognize Ashira and Nurx for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, you for sure. Now that they're up close and personal, yeah, that's definitely them.
Yeah.
And you're not even certain. Well, I mean, you're not even entirely certain about how Ashira is still alive. You heard about it, but
Mhm.
as far as you were concerned, you saw the body of Ashira being carted around by Cervantic Cordrum.
Mm.
But here she is alive, well, drinking, and and,
Yeah.
and honestly looking a little bit scuffed up because you guys did come here right after your fight.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
matched up.
I am fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the Vesk stays down at this point,
Yeah, he's unconscious.
yeah, I stand back up, walk over to the bar, and continue drinking my half-finished beer, and look at the bartender and just kind of nod and go, "Just asking for it. Sorry."
The bartender just kind of looks at you, like, um, like I don't know. Nurx is kind of like, maybe we should send a message to the captain.
He looks dead at
Question
Nurx.
mark?
And he looks dead at Nurx and says, "That would be an undecision on your part. I'm not trying to do your business. Don't try and tell me mine."
And she's like, she just kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, if you're minding your own business, then why did you butt into the middle of our conversation?" And she sticks her tongue out at you.
You see
Fair.
almost
Nurse is gonna
the-
get herself killed one of these
You
days.
see almost the ghost of a smile just like flit across his like good eye. He goes, "Fair point. I just don't like tattletales. Been around enough of them." And just downs the rest of his beer and waves for another
Like-
one.
She's like, "It does beg a good question, though. What are you doing here?"
And he thinks for a second. He says, "Wouldn't believe me if I said sightseeing, would you?"
No,
I mean,
I
Vesa
really
would. Because
Um,
Vesa is just fucking sightseeing.
Yeah.
Mesa is broken.
He
Vesa's broken.
he
Besa believes she's sightseeing. She's not.
She does.
She saw some good shit from the doctor.
yeah. He basically like pauses for a second, thinks, and then flicks on like a really simple looking data pad. Like it's literally the item data pad. It's not even a computer. And he like flicks something real quick, and all three of you get a notification, like an airdrop of a file, and it simply says Burn Ward, ex Paralictor, best in business, followed by a table of rates.
I like that.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, so she's like, she's kind. It takes Nurx completely by surprise. She's like, "So you're a mercenary?"
Something like that.
Do you want a job?
He looks.
Do you want to see the stars?
He looks.
He's a
Oh
fucking
my
Hell
God.
Knight. What do you
Hey.
mean, see the stars?
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
we have
He
our
looks
own
and says.
spaceship.
He looks and says. He looks at you and says, "You sound like I'm sure my recruiter sounded."
Oh, you just seem fun, and we have a group of fun people.
Oh my god.
Wanna come be
Nurx
fun
just
with
looks
us?
at you and she's like, "Fun?"
Yeah, this little fucking goblin bitch is a hoot.
Yeah. he looks at Ashira and he basically goes, "Well, shit. Never talked with a dead woman, let alone worked with one. Say, still want a piece out of Cervantic Cordrum?"
Hell yeah.
And he
Ashira
thinks for a
suddenly likes this
second.
guy.
Yeah?
He thinks for a second. He goes, "Still actively trying to figure a way to do that?"
Yeah, he killed fucking one of our friends. Of course we want to fucking kill him.
Yeah, I heard about the business of good old second in command getting iced. Sorry for your loss. And he says, "Captain's paycheck's cut, right?"
It's like, she's like, yeah, she looks over at you, Ashira. Like, she's doing all the talking. She's like, they've been doing all the talking so far.
What?
Come on, Ashira.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, "Captain's
I'm gonna nudge
paycheck's
her.
clear, right?"
They're clear, but the bigger
Sure.
thing is we're really well equipped.
"So I've heard. Little space manufactory. And, you know, been stranded on his fucking planet for a long enough time. I wouldn't mind meeting the four-armed bastard who runs it. Toss my information their way. If he wants me, he can give me a call."
I'm immediately gonna send it off to Captain Sai and be like, I found a guy. We found a guy.
Ashira, you immediately. This is probably something that twigs with all of you. He just admitted that he's been on planet Kneecap or planet Z for a while.
Wait, that's
So he's been there recently.
for a
Ooh.
while.
I'm gonna totally fucking eat
How do we
that on
not
planet.
know who lives in our area?
Because there's a lot
We
There's
have
of
no
been
ex
home.
Hell Knight registry on the
know?
fucking planet
It's not
Patella.
Our fucking planet.
Though
Not like
we
a
should have
neighborhood,
one.
it's a whole planet.
Well, it's most of one.
You're
I
right.
can't control the neighbors.
But instead of the white or yellow pages, it'd be like.
The red pages.
Oh god.
I
The
was
red and
actually
black pages.
thinking. What if we called them? What if we called it the tendons?
attendance.
Oh god.
Drop me a
we're-
line or drop me an elbow. Fuck it.
Right on. Well, I think maybe we kind of like we
Fade out
cut
there.
off.
Can
Yeah,
we
I think
please?
maybe like we get the straight black drop of the straight drop into black and credits when fucking Vesa sends the message to Zai. Like we see like her go down, tap out on her keypad and like the words "I got a guy," and,
Got a
fucking-
guy.
and then it just drops to black. Like nice. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and everybody send me your Player's Choice Awards for tonight, and let me get and let's get started on sign-offs. We did push a little long, but there was a lot of ground to cover tonight. And we'll start with Xander on sign-offs.
That's me. Scott, Psych, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I played Xander, so I didn't do much because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you were part of a meeting, you know.
Yeah, I guess that
Okay.
is something.
He's the
I watched
strong
a fight.
type.
You did watch a fight.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Okay, so what else am I in? Tomorrow night I'll be in brain totally forgot. Something Seattle. Don't Seattle
Yep.
for anything less.
yay! You got it right.
Now what was my character? Sir. He's the little Decker dude that does and I don't remember where we at, but we just get. I don't know. I forgot completely. My brain just went flat. My bad. Okay, so what else are we in? Let's skip to when we do the apocalypse things, the bitter ends.
Yeah.
Play Castiel. And we're doing stuff there on a water world, and there's a little weird child thing that was hiding in the boat and almost
Eats
killed them.
metal.
It was.
He does.
Oh yeah, he eats metal for like tasty thing. I don't know. He tried to give me a piece, and I'm not gonna eat it. I don't eat metal, but I put it in my pocket. Okay.
Now you have something to feed it later.
Maybe. What else am I in? Oh, when we get the other people that you're gonna try to make us register on Ballad of the Menagerie, and we're not gonna have to register the whole planet. I don't know. Y'all want us to register on Planet Kneecap, where Chess and the Menagerie are trying to do missions on that planet. And then once we get more people to be a part of that, more than two, then we can continue that, I guess. But I don't know about registering. That's kind of weird. And I think that's everything. Yeah.
All right. And then we'll go on to. I also need. Yep. And I need Zai.
Nope,
Vote.
Zai sent you one.
Did you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like 10 minutes ago or so.
Really?
Yeah,
Did I just not write it down?
maybe.
6, 7.
I'll send it again. I'll make sure I hit send. Yes, I definitely hit send. It says today, 10:58.
Okay, well, that's.
Do you want me to send
yeah,
it again?
I got it. No, okay, I see it. That's right. I didn't mark it when I put it in there. So, all right, go ahead. Next up, let's do sign off for Vesa. Why don't you go next?
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Amy Gedden. Tonight you caught Lisa. I am a non-violent shunta who got my ass kicked, and I'm fine with it. It was great. I enjoyed it so much. So then on, let's see here, what else am I in? Every other Saturday, I'm also in Apocalypse World, and I play Starlight Fingertoes, mechanic who picks up things with her toes. It's fucking weird, and I like it. And then on Sundays, I'm either in Tales from the Cosmos or I'm Stella Nightshade, which I haven't been for weeks because I had to work one and I had computer problems last week. Doesn't matter. Everything's going to be fine. Or in Cowboy Bebop, also on Sundays, I am Becca Shield. That's right. She's basically a tank girl, but she has a ship and tank. It's super fun. You guys should check it out. And my schedule just recently freed up a whole fucking bunch, so maybe I could drop into some other stuff. We shall see. That's me.
Alrighty. Let's go to Shaba.
Yes, I'm Brian. I play Shaba Young tonight. Gotta love them herbivores. They're scared of anything. Makes life easy. Probably torch their grass if they really become a problem. But anyway, yeah, so we did that tonight and tomorrow night, and don't Seattle for anything less. I play Sakura, the cybernetically, biologically enhanced Elven Street Samurai. And yeah, we didn't play last week, did we?
No, we did.
We
You
did.
just
Okay,
weren't
I couldn't.
able to make it.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Family issues, but yeah. So I shall be there tomorrow because things have finally settled down around here a bit, and yeah, that's it for now.
Awesome. Alrighty, let's go on to Twinkle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and you just saw me playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai that was trying. What the hell happened?
Twinkle Bailey.
He tried to hand in his resignation and got told, "Hey, stick around. If I die, you're next man up."
Okay. Your promotion.
And Twinkle's never been the captain of a ship before.
Fuck, I'd stay at a job if the fucking manager said, hey, when I croak, you're in charge. And I'd be like, alright, see you in the parking lot in 30 minutes, bud.
But you know...
Yeah, I did almost hand him my gun for that moment, but I was like, that's over the top. We'll just leave it here.
I was going to say, no, that's not a legitimate transfer of power. Fucking retire to your
It is
planet.
if you're a fucking free captain, because you make the rules on your ship.
I mean, yeah.
And
what
everyone's
are the
just
rules?
supposed to look at Twinkle like, yeah, this is fine. Because
Oh,
Twinkle would not
you-
look at himself and say this is fine. He's
So
no.
You would be the most adorable captain ever. It would be delightful.
The most adorable captain's eye, and by far the fuzziest captain's eye yet.
Yes.
Wow.
Everyone
You
take
would
me
get so
seriously.
mad.
No one
Nope.
takes him seriously.
Well, no, you're gonna
That's
have
all
to
the
shoot
time.
a couple people before they take you seriously, but it'll work out.
Twinkle's not averse to shooting people. That he can do. He's done very well.
Yeah.
Ashira and Vesa
very
will
proud.
still pet Twinkle
In
regardless.
some ways, it's very much, we've been guilty of a lot of things.
Yeah. I just
Plundering
wanted you to know
tombs,
that that
robbing
wasn't on the
graves.
spur. That's literally something that's been on Zai's mind.
Jeez. Fucking retire, man. You don't have to be so goddamn dramatic. Oh shit. Now that I've said that, that's exactly what's gotta happen, doesn't it?
Not necessarily. This is like post. This isn't like you talking directly to Zai and telling him he can't do something.
Very true. Very true.
You can't
Double
go out in a
park.
blaze of glory. You can't. Yes,
If
I
nobody
can.
ever got hurt doing what we were doing, well, nobody we knew. So, oh well. You can also find me, well, let's see, Tuesday we'll be doing Don't Seattle for Anything Less. Yeah, where I'm playing Drifter. Little old lady who's kind of sad that she's not going to be able to run anybody over with her truck. She really freaking wants to run somebody over with her truck. You can also find me, let's see, Thursday, Project Severovo. Is that running this week or waiting one more week?
So I forgot that Christmas Eve is next Thursday, so instead of a 2-week, we are doing a 3-week hiatus. However, my back is properly fucked up, and depending on what the doctor says, I might not be working on Thursday. Who the fuck knows? Just keep an eye out, I guess. I'll post on the Twitter if we do have it.
Wait,
All
that's
right,
the thing. If you're
newsflash,
back,
this-
you don't get to work.
Oh yeah, I fucked my back up, and then it's bad enough that I might have to. There's a reason that I'm not on camera, and it's not because I want to be shirtless, even though I am. It's because I can't be
Yeah.
in any reasonable amount of non-recumbency.
Ah. Ouch.
So you're laying down?
Pretty much,
So-
yeah.
So
That's
in
okay.
other, you're here. That's
Go
what
ahead.
matters.
Yeah.
So in other words, this week Twinkle's gonna have to get a Twitter so he can keep an eye on Project Severovo, so he can watch that if that comes out, and you guys should too. You can also find me on Sunday running Tales from the Cosmos, where our duo of parties, one of them is trapped in like Corporateville Central, if Corporateville, existed in, 15th century Europe, underneath a shelf of ice, with a town of zonked out idiots that seem to have no clue what century they're in, let alone what universe. You can also find me on Mondays. No, yeah, that's today, isn't it?
Mhm.
Oh, and that other city is basically just Vegas.
Today.
So that's me.
Yes. Alrighty. James.
Hi ho, friendolas. My name is James, otherwise known as Nightheart. You caught me here today playing Cyril Silverchild, and might as well be called S, because he's pretty much L, except hopefully he doesn't get murdered by a book, but we'll see. You can also find me here on Thursdays whenever we get back to Project Severovo, or whenever that is, whether it be now, whether it be later, whether it be in another timeline, whether it be in another dimension. Who knows? I mean, the fourth wall is dead and it's not coming back. The fourth wall is dead and TV's the box we're going to bury it in. It's Olzeg Melganovich, and is me. I don't know who's the worst person. You can also find me here on Sundays in Tales from the Project Severovo. It's everywhere. It's infected everything.
Oh no.
Tales from the Cosmos is a whole bunch of different characters you have to stop by and see, and there's probably more on the way because I want to collect the entire bingo card of Pathfinder 2. And that's me.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Yes. We'll go to David the Gnome and or Commodore, if you please.
Oh, hi. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. Hi, I'm Captain Zai. That means I'm a 6'4" assassin, and I have 4 arms and look kind of like Goro. I'm here on Monday nights with the crew of the Fire Shrike, and tonight you've seen some crazy stuff go on. And yes, should Captain Zai die in battle or in a giant space explosion, Twinkle will be forced to become the new Captain Zai. That does not mean he has to morph into a 4-arm guy like myself. Everyone on the ship will just start calling him Zai whether he likes it or not, and everything will be his fault from that point on.
It's happening. I'm here for it.
Jesus Christ.
These are
Can you be
facts,
Twinkle
and it is
Zai?
canon now. Past that, on Saturdays, I also play in the Apocalypse campaign, where I play Lemmy Popstar, kick-ass rock guy who likes to fucking make crazy shit happen. And it's been a lot of fun, though Finger Toes did make it completely socially awkward, and it's the Apocalypse. That's really, really hard to do.
How did I can't remember how I made it awkward.
You took your
took
shirt
your
off in the middle of the hug.
What?
Right?
Did I?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that made the little boy take off his shirt and get into the hug too, and suddenly it was awkward.
I fucking forgot.
My manager and
What
I
goes
taking our
on
shirts off and hugging.
Saturdays?
It's
all
very
kinds
late
of
at
stuff.
night. It's crazy.
It's great. You should come. I would so love to have you be a part of it.
That sounds like you do already.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck you guys. I thought that was funny.
It was funny. I'm
so
trying so hard not to laugh. All right, so let's see what else. Oh, important things. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Boards, Booze, and Bitches, and as you can see, I have a Boards, Booze, and Bitches now.
Hell yeah.
So super cool and fun. Comes in lots of sizes, and if you have a beard, it's actually pretty cool because most of it is underneath the beard, and my beard is quite epic, but lacks
But not
ethics. And speaking of things that lack ethics, Purple Codex is my friend, and she sells t-shirts at tpublic.com. My friend Amy Getton made this shirt that you saw me wearing, and she also has a tpublic.com. Both of their sites have kick-ass stuff that you should check out and buy. Every time you buy one, they get at least 50 cents, because right now stuff is on sale. So go there and save money and get their stuff and give them 50 cents.
And Purple Codex and I are going to be collaborating soon on stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
'cause my schedule
But
opened up.
this commercial is so epic that James has to finish it for me because I just can't.
In the beginning, Twitch created the streamers and the viewers. And the viewers were without funk and lacked epic. And darkness was upon the face of the internet. And the spirit of Codex moved upon the face of the internet. And Codex said, "Let there be merch." And there was merch. And Codex saw the merch, that it was epic. And Codex divided the epic from the ethics.
No.
Good Lord.
Did you? What?
That was wonderful. I love that.
Somebody needs to go back and read Revelations and knows what's gonna happen to them if they mess with the Bible.
Capitalize the G in God, however there's no G in Purple Codex.
There's a little bit of G in all of us.
Oh.
I mean, God is a G, let's just say.
He is the original OG.
No, the original G-O-D. You really got to work on your spelling.
Stop
Chris.
now. Stop. It's getting worse.
I love you all.
Can't
All
top
right,
that
now
one.
on to Purple Codex as tradition dictates.
God damn it.
It's your turn. Say stuff. Words are hard.
I'm purple, obviously. See me acting like an asshole over here on my camera. Everything they say.
It's worth it.
So the plan is to keep streaming this Monday night. It's obviously, just so that you guys know, I will have like a 1 to 10 shift at that Walmart job, and I don't know if I'm going to be working Mondays or not. So I'll have to get back to you. Yeah.
You need to tell them that you've got some very important shit going on.
Yeah, tell them it's family related. You have
Yeah.
family obligations.
Blame
One
it
to
on a
10, what
child.
department are you working on in?
So our Walmart here has the the makeup aisles and stuff. It's all in like a little corral over there.
Yeah.
And so there's a cash register right there. So I'm gonna be the stalker and the cashier.
Oh,
That is
okay.
super cute.
For makeup, which I don't even wear.
Aw. We need to get together so I can paint your face one day.
Yes.
With some fucking war paint.
What the fuck?
That's what I call makeup.
Oh, God. Okay, yeah, so this Mondays. And then I'll be bouncing back and forth between I might do some more Warzone streams, but mostly, honestly, it's probably gonna be either if I'm co-oping a game with somebody else, I don't know, but other than that, it might be like Warzone and Cyberpunk 2077, because like, and GTA. I got onto another RP server, so I'll be doing GTA RP as well. If that makes sense, yes. But that's all I got.
All right. Then that takes it to win 5, get 1 free.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free, also known as the man who is horizontal currently. Tonight, you caught me playing 2 characters, which I will be doing for a little bit. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter, Captain. You caught me playing 2 characters, which I will kind of be doing for the kind of near future, kind of foreseeably, because I have 2 storylines going on, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. Caught me playing Matthias Merch-Dieschborg, the incredibly desperate drug dealer serial killer who is currently in a weird spot, but it's good. And you also caught me playing Paralictor Burnward. Yes, that's his name. That's what they do to you. You don't get an identity. You're just a Paralictor now. But yeah. You also can catch me on Thursdays. It'll be a little bit. It'll be a couple weeks unless we play this week. It's a weird situation for Project Severovo. My favorite player headfuck. And I'm going to continue platonically fucking my players' heads for a while. You can also catch me on various Saturdays in Justice Grab Bags and Black Box Theaters whenever I can. Again, scheduling is kind of weird on that. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll be in something or other. But yeah. That about does it for me. I will say, if you're currently watching on Twitch, and you would like to see this episode again, or more episodes like it, please go to youtube.com/pair-o-dice theater. And if you're currently watching on YouTube, but you want to see these crazy shenanigans live, please go to twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. And if you happen to like scheduling, and you also happen to like little tidbits and interactions with the community, and you also happen to like temperate memes, No, fuck. What memes? You can catch us at Pear Theater. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and that is me.
Awesome.
You got some phlegm in that one.
I just love Kodex's reactions to it's just dying over there. All right. Well, this kicks it back to me. Well, first we'll take care of the bookkeeping. Everybody gets 1,000 XP for the session. Tonight's Player's Choice Award was a tie, and it was a tie between Ashira and Twinkle. So each of you get 350 extra XP.
Nice.
Good job, guys. Good job. Now, with that said, I am the Just King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Shrike, our flagship show, my favorite group of space pirates, space terrorists, and never-do-wells. You can also catch me here on Tuesday nights for Don't Seattle for Anything Less, where I play Salvo, the cocky elf battle mage who pretty much insulted a sea dragon to his, sort of proxy faces. And then somebody else made it work, so he made it even worse, so he walked it back some. Because you don't make a deal with the dragon in Shadowrun, but we did because we're idiots.
Yeah, I call that idiocy.
Yeah, we were kind of stupid, but we made the deal.
What is idiocy? Never heard of it.
Yeah, we tried to negotiate the best deal we could. Unfortunately, we don't have great negotiation skills.
I was about ready to walk away from the table, but then I realized the game would be over. So
it's like, we really don't have to. I negotiated only a couple thousand more out, or something like that. You can also catch me here every other Saturday night for The Bitter Ends, whereupon we are in the Wave World sessions, our polar ice caps melted apocalypse, where all kinds of craziness and awkwardness always occurs. I always sit down to that game not knowing what the fuck we're even doing, and by the end of it, I'm about dead with laughter and have to drink like tea to coat my throat because
he does laugh a lot.
It's a really zany, weird, and fucking. Keep posted for potential eventual announcement on the Ballad of the Menagerie. I don't have anything yet. You can also catch me one other place. I have been streaming a lot more on my other channel of Zerat, and you can occasionally catch me there around 11:30 or midnight-ish when I get off work, because I've streamed recently everything from, everything. I've only streamed a couple times recently, but Sims, Star Wars stuff, and I also started streaming. I streamed I had a big stream of Mount and Blade last night, Warband. I finally figured out. I will drink from your skull. Right. I literally finally figured out how to join the military and fucking siege castle. My first siege did not go well. You can catch the video for a limited time at my site, but you can watch me fail hard where I die in the first wave of the siege and then continue to send my troops in until I've lost half of my fucking troops before we win the battles. My second siege went a lot better. We won that one, so it was good. You see, I believe that is all. I don't have anything major beyond that, but I might eventually. But stay tuned. A lot of good shit going on here in Paradise Theater. Good shit going on in Purple Codex, and good shit going on at Zerat. With that said, let's get an RIP Fern and get out of here. RIP Fern.
R.I.P. Fern.